Hi guys, we're live, and guess what? It's Arsenal match reaction from the unbelievable result on Boxing Day. It's my match reaction as well as other and also player ratings. Come and see who's the stars of the show from from Boxing Day's performance. So yes, this is my sort of review of the Chelsea game. We'll also be doing the player ratings as well. Should also have some guests come on at the same time. Um, but yeah, so obviously we went into Boxing Day, and as you can probably tell from the previous results of Arsenal, I was not confident at all. I did not expect us to even get a draw. Um, the way we've been playing, but uh, he came up with a very different lineup to what we've known before. Um, yes, we had a completely different lineup to what we had before. We had Smith Rowe coming to the side, Martinelli's back on the left wing, and yeah, sort of mixed it up a bit. And other players as well that have been letting the team down also stepped up as well. So I'll just quickly send that there. But yeah, unbelievable result. Absolutely unbelievable. I'm still quite shocked about it, and but I'm not. I'm happy and shocked, but I'm not going to get ahead of myself. To be honest, is that I know what Arsenal are like. We'll win against Chelsea like this, and then we'll go to Brighton and get absolutely screwed. So my sort of overriding feeling is that's great. Let's go and take that to Brighton. Let's go get a result against Brighton. So yeah, just quickly send this. Sorry. So yeah, get your comments in, Chris. Hi, nice to see you again. We'll also put the link in as well, so if anyone does want to join, can do as well. But hopefully, um, yeah, hopefully, you should get not just Arsenal fans on here, but some Chelsea fans as well. So yeah, right, there we go. This should work. So as I said, there's the link if anyone wants to join. And what I'll do is I'm going to go through my play ratings actually right now since no one is here just yet. So I'm just going to show you the lineup we had. Chris says, "Be very Arsenal to lose to Brighton or don't beat Brighton." Very true. Absolutely true. I know what Arsenal are like when it comes to this. They'll put out an outstanding performance, which shows that these players can do it, right? If they put the effort in. But even players like Bellerin and Xhaka can put a performance like that in. Part of me also thinks is that Chelsea didn't play to their strengths at all. And if they did, they played it with the wrong players for a start. I mean, they're live now, and I believe they've equalised at the minute. I'll just bring that up actually. So yeah, but yeah. Anyway, so in this lineup, obviously, didn't really count the goalkeepers, even though it was Bernd Leno. For me, Bernd Leno gets, as I quickly go down here. So first up will be oh, don't tell me this ain't working. Come on. Right, so Bernd Leno, he gets for me an 8, saved that crucial penalty to make sure we didn't have a really tense last 5 minutes. But even then, after that, didn't have a lot to do, to be honest. Didn't really have much to do at all. So yeah, for me, he gets a 8. Next up, Hector Bellerin. Now, obviously, I can't stand the guy. I actually can't stand him. But he did more than plant trees. Yes, on Boxing Day. Right, he definitely earned to plant those trees. Let's be honest. So yeah, brilliant performance. Can't fault it. Gets a 7 for me. Next up, Rob Holding. So Rob Holding for me had a couple of iffy moments, but all in all, generally defensively a lot better than before. A lot better than before. So for me, he gets a 7. So yeah, for me, he gets a 7. I would show you Pablo Murray next, but I haven't got a clip of him at the minute. So Pablo Murray next in that defence, next to Holding, picked up a yellow card obviously early on, but kept unlike some of the Arsenal players that have collected early yellow cards and not kept their discipline, he did very well in doing that and handled Chelsea's threat, which actually, to be honest, they didn't really threaten too much. To be honest, right? They had they had 2 shots on target, and those 2 shots came in the last 5 minutes, right? Which shows again how great Arsenal were. So for me, yeah, he gets a 7. Tierney, Kieran Tierney, right, had Reece James on toast, right? Reece James better than Trent Alexander-Arnold, right? Come on, right? Tierney needs, honestly, he has been one of the shining lights out of this squad. Let's be honest, right? And if he was in a better team, we'd all be saying he's one of the best, probably the best left back or one of the best left backs in the league, without a doubt, right? And that's or at the same level as like Robertson and stuff like that. So, no clip, yeah, no clip like his first game. Yeah, but then you would expect you would expect it after he gets signs a contract. But there you go. So I'll just quickly put this banner at the bottom there, right? Just for a second. And Anthony, get yourself on it, right? I'll send the link again. Get yourself on it. You can help me go through these ratings. Right. And by the way, give you. So, where was I? Yes. So we go to the midfield. We've got Granit Xhaka up next. Look for Granit Xhaka. No, not him. Granit Xhaka. So yes, Granit Xhaka for me, he gets 7. A much better performance than before, and right, and along with El Neni, they literally controlled, uh, pretty much dealt with the threat from midfield. To be honest, would you give Tierney the captain? Out of doubt, right? I will say this as well. Like Bellerin was captain, and when I said that, I was like, "Are you taking the piss?" Um, but Tierney, for me, right? I don't get why that this kid is not captain, or at least vice captain for Arsenal. Right? It's just not. I don't get it. Right? He's a clear leader on the pitch. Right? He leads by example. Sometimes you don't have to lead by commanding defenders and everything. Just lead by example by your performance. And he does that every time. You really get a 7 out of 10 most, 9 times out of 10 out of him. So, yeah. So I said Granit Xhaka is 7. We then move on to Mohamed El Neni. Oh, this system's not working today. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, for God's sake. Yes. It wasn't Mohamed El sideways for once. He was Mohamed El forward. Yeah, did absolutely brilliantly controlling that midfield alongside Xhaka, and also protecting that back four. So, yeah, for me, he gets a 7. Then we go to the 3 behind Lacazette, the striker, and I'm going to give a special shout out to Smith Rowe. Right, he gets a 9 for me. That's his first game and his big big game, and he managed to put in a performance like that, which is just unbelievable. So, Ads, how are you?
Not too bad, bro. What are you saying? You're right?
Yeah, not too bad. Just going through some of these ratings.
Yeah, I see that, man. It's good. It's good. It's good. Just keep on it, man. Just keep on the grind and that.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just doing a special shout out for Miss Smith Rowe. Like he's probably first Premier League. I think it's his first Premier League game. Right,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
literally
it is.
thrown in the deep end, and he instead of sinking, he swam.
Yeah, yeah. He did. I think he did pretty well. And yeah, man. He needs to just stay consistent. If he's in the team consistently, his form will be immense. I promise you, it will be. And
Yeah,
it,
definitely.
it's as if Arsenal fans are coming out of their shell a little bit more because I feel like they deserve to be as well, certain ones, because it's been a miserable 2 months you lot since you lot beat us as well, and you lot deserve a little bit of you lot you lot were robbed again against the real haters. No, you lot deserve to lose that game. Got them as shit.
No, it's because your Mourinho plays dead tactics and a dead team. Right, you
Exactly.
take you take the lead after a minute, and then you spend the next 89 parking the bus.
Yeah,
Right?
Steve, I'm gonna go because mom's calling me on my phone. She's out at the moment,
Yeah,
but yeah, I just want to give my thoughts on Mohamed El Nini. I feel like
yeah.
people would just overrate him. I think he's overrated. I think if he didn't do anything in big games, then he wouldn't have a name to him at all.
Look, I'm not getting ahead of myself with Elneny. My Elneny for me is a good squad player that can do a job.
He's very average, though. Very
Yeah,
average.
you're not going to get any more of him like than the 7, to be honest, right? Because if you're short of play in terms of squad depth, he's a good squad player to have.
Yeah,
But apart from that, there's not much else.
yeah,
And
exactly.
that's not his fault. It's just that's with some teams and some players. That's as far as they go. So
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right, Steve. I'll catch you later, mate. Take care. Yeah.
yeah, right. Take it. So yeah. Like I said, Charles, you can carry on all day long. Right, when you realise that your team's dead and your manager's dead, your whole club's dead, maybe you actually start supporting someone else. Charlotte,
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay. Have you recovered yet?
It's not gotten any worse tonight, so it's bad.
It's all right. I've got the prime hour special like for the. I think it's straight after the Brighton game.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Yeah,
And to be blessing Prime, because he's gonna need it.
yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, I believe Chelsea are playing right now, aren't they?
yeah, it's bad.
Is it?
I'm not watching.
Has Giroud scored or something?
Giroud scored in the first half. El Ghazi scored in the second half. It's 1-1 now. It's been 1-1 since like the 60th minute. I've had enough of this. We're playing like absolute rubbish. And I don't really get what's coming of it. Like the first half of this game, we actually started attacking and now we're just dead. It's just poor, to be honest. Like I don't really get what's going on with our team at the minute. We seem to be able to attack, but we don't particularly want to continue to attack. I genuinely, like, this is how bad it gets. Like, I feel like a Man U fan because I deal with this. They've been dealing with this for a long time, and now I'm dealing with it, and I'm sat there like, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. And like, I'm just sat there like, what the hell is going on? Like, yes, we've had chances, but how many chances can we get when we don't get a goal? Like we should be winning 2-3-1 against Aston Villa, period, end of. And that's not debatable. It's not up for debate at all. Like, it's really not. I genuinely, it's full time. Aston Villa 1, Chelsea 1. The problem I have is that we had a chance to actually.
To be fair, I would say to be fair on Aston Villa's part is that they are a lot better than what they were last season. They're not an easy side to beat this season.
No, I'm not saying that they're an easy side, but as Chelsea should be beating them
obviously.
with the players we have. We should be beating them, and I don't really. It's gone from Arsenal to like we've gone from.
It could be worse. It could be worse. It could be Charles here. Look,
we were robbed.
I've already said this because after I'm sorry if you score in the first minute and then from 89 minute on you play part the bus.
Yeah,
you get what you deserved.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, I think the problem I have is that we've gone 17 unbeaten. We've had 2 really bad losses with Wolves and Everton. Then we won against West Ham. Then we've had Boxing Day, which I can't even speak about because, like, I lost my shit. And then now we've had today. Like,
that's why I jumped on the United stream. I thought this. I didn't even notice that. Like, you know, when you go on YouTube and it starts playing automatically before you click it.
Yeah.
That's how I knew you were on this. I thought, fuck it.
Literally, I've literally lost my shit on that street. Like it's embarrassing. Like I understand that I can I can't understand it, but I can sort of understand it. As a Chelsea fan, I can't. But as a football fan, I can understand that Aston Villa aren't a shit team, and I understand that. However, here's that however. I don't understand how he lost against Arsenal, who are 15th in the fucking league. 15th.
No, hang on. No, we're going places. We're 14th. Hey.
Oh my god! Like, do you know what? This is the problem I have
Top
with you.
six, here we come.
Not you, but like other Arsenal fans are really pissing me off at the minute because like they've gone all gas because they've won against us.
Yeah, I know.
And now they're like, oh, we can win a trophy, and like we can get Champions League, and I'm like, so you've won one match, and now you think you're like God's gift.
Honestly, this is the problem. Then is that the problem is then when you and I watch the Football Terrace a lot, right? And because Terry's done a lot for me as well. But when they do that, and then they get embarrassed, we'll go to Brighton, we'll end up losing, right? Morpay will score a winner, Welbeck will score an equaliser, right? And everyone will be good having a go at them, and I'm literally like painted with the same brush, and I'm like, I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. Marley.
Yo. Where is Prime? I have an Irishman to murder.
Hey. It's booked for tomorrow night, despite what happens to the Brighton game. It's called The Burial of Latimer's Prime.
The Burial
it's going to be tomorrow.
Yes.
Ah, mate, I got all my jokes ready today. I'm disappointed.
That's all right. We can wait till tomorrow because Charlotte says she's got a nun suit that she's going to wear. And you are going to wear it, so I've already donated 20 quid.
So I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna wear. I have to bless Prime before this happens because he's gonna need some sort of like God's gift to get him through, like what you guys are gonna throw at him.
Yeah, I
can laugh very sad that he's not here today. For once, you know why I can laugh behind Tottenham once? Because I saw my team win a fucking league, mate.
Just to clarify. Any Tottenham fan that wants to come for any fan, just tell me what's in your trophy cabinet. Cobwebs and spiders.
No, I know what it is. No, I know what it is. I know it's called. Do you know why they took out a government loan? Right, during the COVID crisis. Right, it wasn't to help pay for their stadium. Right, it's to pay for the Mr. Sheen polishing bill. Right.
Oh, that's actually quite funny. I actually like that.
Right, Arsenal was. Yeah, well, look. That's
a fair point.
I've already said this season it's a write-off. I couldn't care whether we finish 7th or 17th. Right, as long as it's not in that bottom three. 14th? What?
Weren't we 14th?
I think so, but I think if Brighton, I think if you, I don't know. I don't care as long as it says it's not 18th, 19th, or 20th. I'm not fussed.
By the way, Charlie, don't be so mean. You know that if COVID gets better on February 24th, Spurs fans are gonna have the anniversary of 13 years that they won the Carabao Cup. That's their last title.
Oh, bless their hearts.
I never knew we counted the League Cup as a title.
Oh, that's so sad. Oh, do you know what? I feel sorry for Spurs fans.
I don't. They celebrate.
Well, no, I feel sorry that they don't. They don't know what it's like to celebrate a cup recently or in the last decade. Like they don't know what it's like to have. Do you know what? They bottled the Champions League against Liverpool, just like they bottle everything else.
Hey, look, people said like we lost in the Champions League final as well. Yeah, we might have lost in the Champions League final, but we didn't lose it in 30 seconds.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. Like Spurs didn't turn up to that Liverpool game at all. They did not turn up at all. Like they were missing in action. Like I said,
only empty beer bottles for Tottenham in the trophy cabinet.
Yeah, it's probably why they win nothing because they're alcoholics. Like they're all becoming alcoholics because they win nothing and they're that shit.
Hey, you can't say a lot after Boxing Day.
I don't.
You're coming on this channel and going, I'm on my 4th bottle of wine, and I'm like, Shut up!
I don't. Do you know what? I haven't even
I've got no credibility now.
I literally don't even care. Like, it was that bad that I needed. I needed like 12 bottles of wine, man. Like, 4 is not enough. Like, for what happens. Like, it's embarrassing. I still haven't got over it.
That's
And
all right. You'll be on tomorrow's stream bantering us when we lose.
Absolutely, I will be. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes, I will. If you're losing to Brighton, I am going to be on here straight away being like, you what?
Yeah.
Yo, Steven, so the Murdering Prime stream is going to be after the Brighton game.
Yeah.
That's not a good strategy.
No,
We
look,
can't
Marley,
never
no,
beat
no,
Brighton.
Marley,
We've
Marley,
never
I've spoken,
beaten
no,
Brighton.
Marley, I've spoken to Prime about this, right? He said he's true to his word. No matter what happens with the Brighton game, we are allowed to banter him for an hour, and it cannot be used afterwards.
No, I'm aware of that.
That's what the initial agreement was.
It's just that if my team gets beat by Brighton, I'm gonna feel like an idiot throwing like 12 jokes at Brighton.
Back.
But
right?
if you make a joke, it'll make you feel better about how bad your team has just done, being able to rip a Chelsea fan. It'll make you feel a little bit better. I'm not saying it's going to solve world problems, but it'll make you feel a little bit better.
It's not going to make me feel better. It's going to make me feel like an idiot. That's why.
No, but I do believe in a sense, like Elite KJ's right. When they say Arsenal fans are the solution to world peace.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Arsenal fans are genuinely the solution to world peace. If you guys lose to Brighton, it's going to make my day.
But
can you pop Wayne's comment back on?
Why?
It's Fred is actually the biggest player in Fluminense's history. Like, he's won the most with us. He was our captain. He shouldn't be starting now, but our manager's an idiot, mate. I'll take you to better games when you come visit.
Honestly, I was supposed to be finishing the player ratings, but I can't be asked now. I think Saka,
so basically,
you're and Lacazette to do.
But I personally feel like your man of the match was wrong. I don't believe Saka should have got man of the match. I think Martinelli had so much impact, whether you noticed it or not. He had an impact in that game, and I think it should have been acknowledged. Like, it really should have.
Oh, Tottenham are the only team that don't cheat. How many times in North London Derby you tried to cheat us?
You're the only team that don't win.
Yeah, like you're the only team that bottles it at the last minute.
The only thing you'll win is a diving competition.
Or the bottling competition. Like, you bottle everything, mate.
Right, do you think this is a good idea?
The bottling contest, that can go to both Tottenham and Chelsea this season.
Thanks, Ads.
Both of them. Today was a joke. Like, what the fuck was that?
You're telling me?
I told everyone. No, 1 second. I told every single person. I said to every single person. I said, Pulisic, he's not the same player he was before the injury, and he wasn't clinical enough today. And this is the problem.
No, I agree with you, Ads. Like Pulisic was not the player that before injury. Like he doesn't look like the Pulisic we saw before injury. He doesn't have that spark. He doesn't have that energy. He doesn't have that want to push. He doesn't have that passing rate.
It's like Bellerin when he came back. He didn't have that same pace.
It's gone. Like, and to be honest, the whole team after El Ghazi's goal looked embarrassing. Personally, like, we should have won 2 or 3-1. End of discussion. Like, I can't.
I'm sorry, I can't really.
It's embarrassing.
Well, Lampard's
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna have to highlight it like this one more time. Sorry, I'm gonna have to highlight this one more time. Right, Tottenham's mentality when they count the treble. Where's the league title in that? Where's the league title in that?
That's embarrassing.
Where's the league title in that? I mean, seriously.
Enjoy that, mate.
All I'm saying is
treble, man.
All I'm saying is Chelsea fans, some of them were mocking us for drawing against Leicester. But if you lot are drawing 1-1 with Aston Villa, you're not going to get slapped by Leicester when you face them again. So realistically, the fans. The thing is, right? I'll say this right now. The one thing, right? Listen, he's my guy and everything, but Monster, he like before you lot lost. Before you lot lost to Arsenal, he was saying that you lot can still win the league and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you lot lose, he says that we're not going to win the league if Lampard's still in charge. So your fan base are just full of you just piss potters, bro. You piss potters for real. Like you're not trying to say like they can change direction.
I agree with you. I'm not even saying that. I am, however, on the fence at the minute. Not on the fence. I'm on the fence that Lampard can take us to where we want to be. I think he can get us somewhere. Like tactically, he's 17 unbeaten, and we've got to remember that. But there have been some really poor play, and our fans are probably the biggest flip-flops in the whole wide world. Like, I'm not even taking that away, and I'm not admitting that. And yes, I get angry and say shit. Like, I'm not even taking that away. However, I am on the fence, and I'm happily saying I don't want him in, I don't want him out. I'm just not sure at the minute, and I can admit that. Like, I'm not saying I want him out. I'm not saying he should stay. I'm just saying I don't know what. I need to see more. It's not just him, though. The players are also an issue. I don't take that away. Like, it is a 50-50 thing. Like, and I don't really know what the solution is.
All I'm saying is before I go, yeah.
Don't you guys feel like every fan base is more or less like that?
No.
I feel like Chelsea's more of it because we go in we get I've seen tweets over the weekend that have been really nasty and below the belt, and it's not just one or two tweets. There's a lot of them, and it's just nasty.
No,
before I go,
I've seen that in Arsenal's fan base as well.
Before I go,
every fan base is always that small minority that just take it too far.
One second. What I'm gonna say is before I go, is. All I'm going to say to you is if you're Lampard in, all the Lampard in. One second. All I'm going to say is all the ones that are Lampard in, that they should expect this right now because people are still Lampard out even when you're not going on your run. So realistically, it's people. It's just people that have messed everything up. But yeah, man,
I don't mind it when. See, look, before I decided to, because I'm still obviously Arteta out at the minute. And he'd have to do a lot to prove me otherwise, right? And for me, it's that, if you're doing it straight after one result, right, I don't really sort of get your opinion because 1 minute you're this, 1 minute you're that, right? If you're seeing it over a period of games where I saw it with Villa, then Leicester, then Wolves, then I'm like, no, this ain't working. I'll keep giving him chances. He ain't doing it. And that's why I started turning.
Yeah, I get that from where you're coming from. I think the problem I have at Chelsea is I'm not yes or no. I'm just struggling to see where we can go with this situation because Frank has made some mistakes, and I get managers make mistakes. I'm not taking that away. But if you keep making the same mistakes, which he is currently doing, if you keep making the same mistakes and you're not going to rectify them, then I have an issue. And I don't really know what's happened to the Chelsea that I used to know, because this Chelsea right now, this season, is poor. They don't look like they want anything. Like, they turn up on the pitch and maybe give 20% max. In the last, even in the West Ham game when we won 3-0, they turned up in the first 15, 20 minutes and they attacked. And then in the second half, to get the two other goals, they attacked. But in the last 20 minutes, so they can turn it on and off. But I don't think any fan expects a player to turn up and give 20%. When my players turn up, I want them to give 1,000%. I want them to give them everything they've got. And if they can't do that, then I will get rid of them. I don't care if you're Timo Werner. I don't care if you're N'Golo Conte. I don't care if you're Thiago Silva. If you're not going to turn up and give me
Thiago Silva's amazing.
No one's bigger than the club.
I'm not saying he's not. No. I'm not doubting Thiago Silva. I'm just giving an example. If Thiago Silva ever did, which I don't think he would, didn't turn up like that, I'm just saying I wouldn't care if you've got a big name or not. I don't want you at my club if you're not going to give up 1,000,000%. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Thiago. I'm not dissing Silva. Don't worry.
But I'm totally with you though. I feel like
it's either this or we could just use this as an excuse.
Charles, I like your name.
We're not that low. Look, honestly, look, here we go. Look,
Oh my god! Oh my god! Typical
Holy
Spurs
crap,
fan.
dude!
Do you
Holy
know what?
crap!
Oh my
Do you know
god!
what he is?
You've been
Do you know,
Spursed
I
out
know
of the
who he is.
season.
I know who he is. This is going to wind him up. He's Ty.
Yo, but I was just saying, I totally agree with her.
Ty.
I feel like with Chelsea, you should be on the fence with Lampard right now because
Yeah.
seeing Lampard out, it's too reactive. Like he did go 17 games unbeaten, right? So you go in a 5-game, like 5. Come on, what's Arsenal supposed to be acting like? But I can tell you one guy who's extremely Lampard in, and that's Arteta. Extremely, like the biggest Lampard supporter. Because your team is always like twice as good as ours, but Arteta kind of pulls it. He pulls it off.
Yeah.
Against
And
you
just
only.
Do you know what? I do have an
finish
issue.
up one more, just because I just really want to say, Charles, right? I love the fact you try and give banter on this channel, but like the team you support is dead, always will be dead, forever will be dead. We will be in the championship even if we are next season, right? We would still won North London, right? That just shows how dead your team is, right? You ain't won a league since it was in black and white. Maybe we should put it black and white so he get to give you a chance, right? So when you actually win something significant, come back and talk to us.
But I just think the problem, like, there's so many problems with a few teams at the minute. Like Arsenal have got big problems at the minute. Chelsea now look like they're having problems at the minute, and I'm not. I think the people saying like I know on Football United TV stream that I did like kind of lose it and was like Lampard out, but I was just angry, and I'll admit that I made a mistake. But the problem I have is like I'm allowed to get angry as a fan. I'm allowed to get angry and say stupid shit, but I can take it back. But I'm on the fence because A, I don't think he's had enough time, but B, seeing my team like this is so tedious. Like, I am aging like 40 years older than I need to be. I am drinking shitloads more than I need to be. Like, I have to drink to get through a Chelsea match now. I don't know how you guys do it. I genuinely don't.
But by the way, we don't do drinking on this channel. We don't do drinking on this channel.
Yeah, like Steven doesn't even have that option. I simply don't like it.
I feel like I'm the only one taking one for the team here.
Yeah, you're the alcoholic here.
You're gonna have to come. You're gonna have to come to Mali and ask for a Jesus blessing.
Dude, I'm trying to stay away from the Jesus thing because I got sick.
Marley,
I was
tomorrow
talking about
you're
it
wearing
so
that
much.
hair. You're wearing that hair tomorrow, right? You're doing that hair for that burial.
I feel like I'm being punished because of the Jesus jokes. That's why I had to rush to the hospital and all that. I want to stop.
Here we go. Tottenham were top until they bowled it. Just like I said, every time they go top of the league, they get a nosebleed. Like they're too high up. Right?
Literally.
So, but yeah, I mean, actually, Wayne just mentioned about the City game might be called off. City Chelsea.
What's happening there? Is it like a COVID
Walker,
outbreak?
Yeah, Man City had an outbreak.
Kyle Walker and Jesus have both got COVID.
Oh man.
So yeah, whether they actually play for the Chelsea game is another matter. Probably will do. It depends on the test results.
It's always the Brazilians. Like that's embarrassing to me. Did you guys hear what Neymar did?
No,
but now I need to know.
Neymar, Neymar was injured. He came to Brazil and he had an underground secret party with like 400 people. Like he traveled, he wasn't supposed to travel. He had like a huge party with 400 people, and he's the most famous person in Brazil. Like he's the biggest star in my country. Like I'm talking, I'm talking actors, I'm talking musicians, I'm talking everywhere. Neymar is the guy, unfortunately. So
yeah, well, I'm sorry if he wants to do that sort of thing. If he drops dead, so be it. I'm sorry.
I never wish that upon anyone.
Can't stand it no more. Can't. Why? Can't be doing with it anymore. right? They've had to invent a new bloody tier, for God's sake.
Steven, and how about the fact that Gabriel Magalhães has COVID and David Luiz and Willian are fine? Isn't
Anthony,
that
get
just
on
my
him,
father
man.
sending us the middle finger?
Have a drink. I'm having one.
I haven't drunk today.
That's your problem.
I know I haven't. I haven't
That's what I'm
drunk
saying.
today.
That's your problem at the minute.
Literally, like, I can't.
Yo,
No.
cousin, are you doing better with the whole breathing thing? He was having trouble breathing. I know how that.
Yeah, I think he was on yesterday. He said he was okay. So
Oh, that's good.
Firmino felt
Firmino
No,
found Dyer a
it's
bunch of cheats.
look. The fact you've got Dyer in your fucking football team says everything about your club.
Count your blessings that you made it to the final, man. That was a freaking miracle itself.
Yeah, what did they do? Sack the manager. Like I said, look, the Pochettino took him so far, but unfortunately, no one else is going to take him further. Okay, maybe I'll be lenient and say they might win a Carabao Cup. That's about it.
Do we really count that as a cup though? Like that doesn't
They
really
will.
interest
They count
They
the
do.
Aldi.
They
They
do.
celebrate the Aldi Cup like it's the World Cup.
Like the Carabao Cup doesn't really. It's not. I don't class it like the FA Cup. Yes, the Premier League.
Yeah.
Yes, the Champions League. Yes, anything, and the Europa League, I suppose, is classed. But the Carabao Cup, no, mate. That's for
the
wins.
problem.
That's for
Look,
like
this is the
primary
problem.
school teams that are winning
Yeah,
that. Primary
I mean-
school teams. Man City won that and they didn't really care. Didn't
Yeah, I
care
mean,
that they'd won it.
We always use that for our youngsters, right? To give them a go, right?
But I feel like the Carabao Cup should be for
Chris,
the
here's the problem.
development teams.
It should be
problem.
an under 23 competition. Like winning the
I
Carabao Cup,
agree.
it's just as much honors as winning in rock paper scissors. It's
Like it doesn't give me much pleasure and it's not very interesting. Like it's a basic cup. Like, and I feel like you could use like the under 23s that you want into like the bigger teams. Use the youth players that you want to bring into your teams and use them in that
That's why I
tournament
say
to
all
bring
these
them
Arteta
into it.
winners, right? They say he won 2 trophies. No, he won 1. 1 was a charity game.
Literally is
Right.
like
And look, here's their problem though. There's like they can cry their tears, but they've got no cup to cry it in.
yeah, they're like, do you know what? Spurs can come to me. Like Spurs fans can come for me when they decide to win something.
Significant.
Literally, like a Premier League, an FA Cup, like anything.
Google how
they win a
much
handshake.
the FA
A kiss
Cup.
if they're feeling nice.
I think the FA Cup for me has always been that like cup final Saturday. I used to watch it with my dad before, even if
mate.
Arsenal weren't even in it.
I read Carabao Cup. That's why I made a joke. I like the FA Cup. It's the most important cup in the country. It's the most important national cup in the world. So it should be held in high regard.
It was there before the formation of the league.
Yeah, it's the most important one.
And actually, no, there's actually a great series on Netflix called The English Game.
I still gotta watch. I owe that to you. You told me to watch that.
I don't know if you've seen that, Charlotte. Have you?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's really good.
Yeah, it's really good. Honestly, really, really good. And that's literally what about 3-4 years before it formed, actually.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Ted Lasso or The First Team?
If Community Shield is a trophy, then we don't count it as a trophy because we've got better standards than you.
Literally,
bigger standards, bigger club, better team. Bye, mission already.
We don't have to talk about that, hon. You're a Spurs fan and you do.
Yeah.
He's mugging us. Check his last name.
The under 23 playing the Checker Trade Trophy. Maybe Tottenham should go for that. They might win it.
Oh, that's funny.
Special request.
They actually probably would.
Yeah, they'll probably celebrate it like it's the World Cup. But yeah, it's like I said, I'm not getting ahead of myself in terms of the Brighton game. Right, Brighton game will mean this result over Chelsea will mean nothing if we then go and lose to Brighton.
I'm
Right, what
totally
we
with
need
you.
to now do is right. You found something that works, use it. Right, play Smith Rowe as at number 10. Right, keep Martinelli on the left. I think Martinelli's been key to us because he's how seen our performances have picked up. Now Martinelli's back.
I don't feel like Smith Rowe actually played as a 10, but I would like to see him play as a 10.
Even then, just play as the same role.
Yeah, mate. I feel like any changes Arteta makes up front, like the only thing that's kind of acceptable would be to put Alba instead of Lacazette, just to see if he can get some goals, you know. But replacing Saka, Martinelli, or Smith Rowe, it's just, first of all, PR suicide. Arsenal fans are gonna kill him, and it's just a bad decision.
But I don't think Arteta can win though, no matter what he does. Like, I feel like you've got so many people. You've got so many people saying Arteta out that I feel like if you were gonna like make changes, they would have to make an instant impact because the way that Arsenal have been, yes, you've won one game. If you lose on to Brighton, like you're going to get like the wrath of all the Arteta fans out, and it's going to be great for me because AFTV is going to kick off, and I'm going to love it. And I think that's the only thing I enjoy about this is AFTV and Troops because they both lose it, and I'll really enjoy it. And I'm sorry, like Igal does such good channel and good content, but when Arsenal lose, he is so entertaining to watch. Like I like. Great content, but it's when he pulls the shirt off. I'm like, please do it again. Come on.
I'm like those. Part of me then feels that like are you just doing that for effect? Right? Really?
But I mean, when you see DT and Ty, like, and all these people kicking off on AFTV, like, it's beautiful to watch. Like, I get me cup of tea and I put my feet up and I watch AFTV every night. It's beautiful.
Like, that's
why Arsenal lose. It's so that Charlotte doesn't have to drink alcohol; she can drink tea.
Oh damn! All my secrets are coming out now. Like, sorry guys, I've been paying Arsenal to lose. So I can just drink tea instead, helping the alcohol habit. Oh god!
Look, no wonder she's gonna have an alcohol habit. She's lost the relegation side.
I honestly feel like Arsenal's gonna finish like tonight. No, my mind has not changed about that. Like I'm not backing Arteta because he has made a bunch of mistakes. I'm gonna wait like another 2 or 3 good games to see if he deserves my backing. But I don't think we're gonna struggle with relegation.
Nice,
you know what? Cousin, nice.
You know what? If you start improving and you don't play the way that you have, like if you sort of played differently or you played with some attack or some want, I can see you maybe not getting relegated. I don't personally think you're going to make top 10 if I'm really honest. But again, I could be wrong because a lot of teams are dropping points at the minute, and I have to make that clear. A lot of teams, it's not just you guys, a lot of teams are dropping points. Liverpool dropped 2 points. Man U, Leicester, they've all dropped points. Chelsea have been dropping points. Like, a lot of teams are dropping points at the minute.
What do you think Everton and Southampton are still up there?
I think the problem you're going to have is that if you don't continue to play again, because at least against Chelsea, you look like you wanted something. You look like you needed something. Like it's the first time I've seen Arsenal look like they want something. But if you go back to your ways again against Brighton and you continue that through the season, I genuinely, and I don't want to, however entertaining it is for me, I don't want this for heart. Like you guys are so lovely. Like I don't want this for you guys, but I think you could get relegated if you don't back up your ideas. And I don't want it. Like I don't want it to happen for the fans. But I think if you continue how you've played, apart from against Chelsea, tell me you're not going to get relegated if you don't back up your ideas.
On this form and this point average, we don't get relegated already. But it's
If
just
Brighton and Burnley
I'm
back
not.
up their ideas and everyone else decides to back up their ideas
Honestly,
in the
to be
bottom,
honest,
By the
no,
way,
but-
like, because Steven tends to correct me and say no team is big and too big for relegation. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
yeah,
My Brazilian
I
team is
wasn't going to
huge.
say that.
We've been
What I'm saying
relegated.
is that what I'm saying is that this is just one result, right? Even the
Sure.
relegation side gets one win in their bad luck of form.
Sure.
So at the
But
minute, the form's still saying that we are still in a relegation side. We need to start putting a run together that
I
will say,
have
"Oh look,
I
we
have
are
three
getting there."
arguments. I have three arguments, and that's it. Fulham, West Brom, and Sheffield United. We're not gonna finish below them. We're not. I'm telling
know
you,
what?
you can give
I
me a really
don't-
nice wager. I'll take
no,
it.
I don't think you'll finish. No, if you continue
I
how
think
you have
Charlotte's
done
done
before,
enough wages today.
if you guys do what you do before the Chelsea game and you continue how you were, I think you. Do you know what? I don't think you could lose to two of those teams, but one of those three teams, and you don't know this, one of these three teams could buck up their ideas
Yeah.
and have a few wins in a row, and that's all it takes for Arsenal to land up in the relegation zone, not be able to bring it back, and it's done. And I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm saying it could happen, and that's something maybe Arsenal have to think about, because rumour has it they're already planning for relegation, which doesn't
That's
particularly sound positive.
That's whoever made that story is just like laughing his ass.
Marley,
There's no way someone
Marley,
said.
that's literally nearly every newspaper in the
That
country.
came from Sky.
Yeah, and they're laughing their asses off.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious that you guys are struggling.
A team like Arsenal, I'm not even saying we're too good. I'm not saying that we're shit at the moment.
Yeah,
But aboard at a team of the magnitude of Arsenal, it's not going to be that stupid to declare that they're preparing for a championship, even if they are doing that. They would never do that. That's just easy journalism to write. It's comedy.
Do you
That's
know
just
what?
not true.
I think
This is why we should stay in the league.
there is
We're
only
comedy
three.
factor.
There's only three ways that Arsenal could get relegated. 3 ways, and that's it. A, if you have serious injury, if Martinelli gets injured, continues, if his injury plays up again, if with the same injuries, if Aubameyang gets injured again, and I'm not saying he's perfect, but he does get goals. I'm not saying that he's been great at the minute, but he could buck up his ideas. You don't know. I think if you have a really bad injury problem, you won't be going anywhere soon. Because that will really affect you, because Martinelli is one of your strongest players, whether people like it or not, he is. I think your second issue...
I have a bold claim. I think Martinelli is going to be the best player in London in 2 years. He's amazing. And honestly...
He impressed me when we played.
He's our best attacking player. Yeah, he likes playing against Kante. He does. He enjoys it.
Yeah. I think if you guys have injury problems, that's going to be an issue. I also think if you can't get the goals, the goal problem is also becoming I know you won 3-0 and that's great, but when was the last time you won 3-0 against a team this season?
It was 3-1, wasn't it? Why are you guys calling it 3-0?
Oh yes, 3-1.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot. That's my bad.
You guys forgot Tammy Abraham's goal. No, but
I know. But you have a problem with goals like that, getting big.
Yeah, probably because I felt Chelsea's performance was so bad that I decided not to put a 1 there.
That's fine.
There's one injury.
But that has been a mistake.
That could literally relegate us. There's one. If Leno gets injured, we are done.
Hold on, excuse me for a second. Dear Jesus, I pray Martinelli and Leno both get injured. I pray. I don't want them really hurt. I don't want anyone hurt. I don't want anyone hurt specifically. But if you have
Martinelli and Leno ever did to you?
Yo.
Do you know what? Seeing Arsenal get relegated would be life goals.
Yes.
I am praying Leno. I am praying Leno and Martinelli get injured so bad they can't play for the rest of the season. Who's that goal? Who's the goalkeeper you had on?
Hi, Wayne. Hi.
Who's that goalkeeper you had? Who's the goalkeeper you had?
He sucks.
Yeah, I want him in goal for the rest of the season. So you concede
No,
like 50 to like
I'll put
I want
myself in
so
goal
many
first.
goals conceded. I want you relegated, and then I can have a
Kolasinac
party
is
that
probably
you've been
gonna be-
relegated.
You really shouldn't wish injuries upon people. That's mean.
Yeah, but when
That
it's Arsenal,
is
that Arsenal
disgraceful.
could get relegated. It's a different story. If Arsenal get relegated, I'm happy as Larry.
Wayne, what you saying?
What about Arsenal getting relegated?
Yeah.
No, about the game, mate.
Oh, what, that game?
Yeah, that
Ah.
game. Not the one you just played.
Oh,
Yeah, I
this.
don't know which.
No, hang on a second. Why didn't you realise? You got it wrong. It's 3-1.
I've said
Yeah,
that
we've
already.
just
Yeah, I
had
should have
had
said
this
that. I made a
conversation.
mistake.
Oh,
I think
change it.
in their minds, Jorginho missing a PK, like
Oh,
took the goal
No,
out.
honestly, that was me making a genuine mistake. Honestly.
Jorginho's goal is how I sum up our performance.
yeah.
There's nothing to say about it. Like, there's nothing to say about our performance tonight as well. Like, I'm just
What's
done.
funny is that you used Giroud in the next game.
Do you know what? Giroud got a goal. Like, he came and proved himself. He got a goal. I'll take that. But we should have won 2 or 3-1. End of discussion. I don't care if it's Villa.
If you put Giroud right against Arsenal last weekend on Boxing Day, we would have been fucked. Rob Holding wouldn't know. Or
But I
Pablo Murray
said
wouldn't know what
this.
to do.
I said this from the beginning of this game, is that Abraham should not have been played. And people called me out for this. People called me out for this because they were like, nah, Abraham's better. Like, he's got more goals and shit. And what? Giroud is more experienced. He knows the team. He knows what they're capable. He knows their tactics. And he would have been a better fit against your front three. Like, period, end off. He would have been. And the fact that we didn't play him is stupid because Frank is making a lot of mistakes that are costing us. And it's a lot of mistakes about trying to keep people happy. He's trying to keep Werner happy. He's trying to keep Abraham happy. He's trying to keep Giroud happy. But the only person that I give a shit about keeping happy is Timo Werner if we chuck him up front. Abraham is Bambi on ice. I don't care about Bambi on ice. I don't. Like, I'm sorry that sounds horrible, but I don't. Like, Giroud and Werner, yes, but Abraham, man, the man needs more experience. I want him to go off loan again and then come back.
I'm a big fan of Giroud's, man. I think Giroud's not great, but he's constantly good. Like, he's never had like a horrible spell. He's constantly good. Like, I think he deserves way more respect than people give him. I mean, some people overhype him as well, but it's rare. Like, in general, people don't. He's a World Cup winner. He deserves a lot of respect. I like Giroud a lot. Plus, he's got a mean left foot. And by the way, Anthony, Wang's nice because he's a Fluminense fan. The Chelsea part, it's an asshole. But then he added Fluminense and he became a nice guy.
Oh, funny.
I had to join because you need results. That's why.
Wayne, look, Wayne. So where do you stand on Lampard then?
Lampard can stay. Jody can go. I'm sorry, the guy is Sunday league material. He was shit at Derby. He just shouts at players saying, "Oi, you're coming on, Mason, get ready." He's not fit to be assistant coach. We need someone with experience in that position, like Zolo was with Sarri. Like, we finished third, but and
Surely the Lampard should be able to override him and said, "Oh no, he's coming on. That's the end of it."
Well, why don't we get Jim Carrey?
Surely it's Lampard that makes the decision.
But you can't just blame Jody Morris. Frank is the manager. He makes the final decision. If he's overriding him, then he's also at fault. Because Frank should be making them final decisions.
Giroud should have been on that pitch yesterday.
I don't care. But then if we're talking about experience, Frank Lampard hasn't got that experience either. Morris and Lampard don't have that experience. And because Morris isn't a legend, he's easier to get rid of than Lampard is. But personally, if Lampard can't finish us top 4 by the end of the season, I think he's done.
Yeah, TD shifts might be right there. Lampard might be gone by January.
Yo,
might be gone.
Chelsea fans.
Oh, hang on. No, I can. No, I've got it then. I'll just go. If that's going to be the case, Wayne.
Yo, that video was supposed to be a beautiful moment for his son, his father.
No, no, I've got the full clip.
Yeah.
If you want to hear it.
That was Thiago Silva's
No,
song
that's
in
actually going to
Fluminense.
be.
It was my
No,
favorite
the
football
full
song.
clip is more what would happen if Lampard did go, right? Than if Arteta went with Arsenal, right? Because
But I
Lampard
think-
is a serious legend. They love Lampard.
Do you know what? This is the problem I have with Chelsea fans, is that Chelsea fans can't separate the fact that Frank Lampard is a legend and a manager, and we have to separate that if we want the best for Chelsea. I'm not saying I want him out or in. I'm not particularly sure at the minute. But if it doesn't continue and at the end of the season we don't end up with Champions League, we have to say Frank's gone. Like, we can't just say because he's a legend, he should stay. Like, if you can't get us what we should be doing with those kind of players, we should be finishing top 4, end of discussion. I don't care how unexperienced he is. If he got us top 4 without being able to buy players, he should definitely be getting us top 4 with the players he's bought. End of discussion. If he can't get us that, I think it's done. Sorry, bye.
Yeah.
So, where Anthony? How are you?
Not too bad, Stephen. You?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Obviously, football match the Arsenal Brighton tomorrow. Yeah. What's your feelings towards that game then?
Well, knowing that we beat Chelsea 3-1, we didn't predict that. But I was going to say 2-0 Arsenal, but Brighton has been known to be Arsenal's bogey team. So
Wait, before you hold it right there.
Mopo, you are an absolute disgrace. You're a cheat. I hope Brighton get relegated.
I love
These
Mopo.
are
Like,
kryptonite, right?
Honestly,
I want
if Brighton
Mope to
lose,
get. I want
Brighton
Mope
win,
to get a hat trick. I
if
want Mope
Brighton-
to get a hat trick.
Yeah, I honestly do think if Brighton win, I might just have to play that clip again. I'm just waiting for it. Because the thing is, Maupay will score a winner. He's done nothing wrong throughout the whole game, but he just says he's a cheat from last season.
he is a cheat. I think he's one of those players that don't like Arsenal. He totally hates Arsenal with a passion. That's probably why he cheats for the game. So that's
But
probably what it is.
the Brighton thing I don't get. Like, how long has it been since we beat them? It's been too long. Ever since they came back to the Prem, we haven't beaten Brighton.
Yeah, no. It's been too long. I think we're due a win against them anyway. So hopefully.
We want to guess how old this guy is, honestly.
Charles, what you do in FIFA doesn't count. Are you
Yeah,
aware?
mate. Right? How could you say trophies when we ain't even got to the final of the Carabao Cup yet?
I'm amazed you actually know how to spell that as a Spurs fan. Trophies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess. This guy, Charles, he must be about between the age of 21 and 25.
Oh, I was going to say he's one of those 15-year-old trolls that's just trolling while his mum's trying to cook him dinner.
Yeah. I was gonna say he sounds like 13 to 15.
Yeah,
Look,
literally.
honestly, to be honest, but then part of me feels, if you're going to be a troll then, why the fuck would you pick Tottenham?
There's nothing worse.
You know what I mean? Why would you
I
pick
think
Tottenham?
this
That's
is the
like worst
only
to
thing.
pick.
This is the only thing that Arsenal and Chelsea fans agree on, is that Spurs are the biggest bottle job of like the whole entire
Look,
fan
honestly,
club.
let's put it this way, right? The year we got to the Champions League final, we should have finished 5th, right? But they decided to catch food poisoning on the last day. Lasagna. Whoa.
I just want to say something. This Charles kid makes me miss Marcus so
He
much.
probably doesn't know that.
Where
He's
is
probably old
Marcus?
enough.
Do you guys know where he is? I miss him.
I don't know. He doesn't. I do send him the link.
You spoke to him he was on one of your links when he on the Formula One.
Yeah, and he said like Verstappen had a better year than Hamilton. And I'm like, explain, please.
Yeah.
Right, please explain, because I can't work that one out.
Yo, I know you're paying with the Hamilton thing because I've been having to educate so many people on Pele that's kind of driving me mad. And you guys know me, I don't get angry, but when people try to say that Pele is not one of the greatest, it's...
No, it's just one of those. He said, you can't say that. says I can't say Fangio is not one of the greatest because I never ever saw him race. I never saw it in centre race, so I can't count him out as one of the greatest. I can only take people's word for it.
One thing about Baggio is he has the most famous missed penalty of all time. But he was an amazing player for Italy.
Oh, what, Roberto Baggio?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
he
you
was
know,
world class. Do you know what?
yeah,
In the
but he shot that penalty
1990,
to the moon against Brazil in that final in '94.
yeah, he was one of the best strikers in the 1990 World Cup. Him, Roberto Baggio, and Scalacci up front. We lost to England lost to Italy 2-1 in the third and fourth playoffs because we went out to the Germans on penalty.
Oh, that's not a surprise, is it?
Yeah, that was the last Sir Bobby Robson. He was the manager of England then. That was
So,
the
Italian 90.
Yeah, Italian 90. Yeah, that was the second. That was the second World Cup my first
See,
World Cup I
Charles,
watched.
this is when you actually educate yourself about football. You actually get to know things before you were born.
My first ever World Cup I watched was '86 with Maradona, the Hand of God. That was the first ever World Cup I watched.
Mm.
And then
I mean, that's the
obviously,
thing. I can't sit there. I'll be an idiot if say Maradona's not one of the greatest ever, right? He's one of the
Maradona
greatest,
was amazing.
right? I'll give him that.
It's a little crazy to me that people say he's better than Pelé because every single one of his numbers are
Or-
so much lower than Pelé's. But he was an amazing, phenomenal player.
do you know?
Yeah, but
My first World Cup was 2002, but I had DVDs. So the World Cups that Brazil won, I actually watched every game.
But Marley,
Yeah.
the thing is that the reason I say Pele is so much better than Maradona is, right? He was a man, right, that would win or lose, right, no matter what, right, gracious, humble, right. If they lost, they lost. If they won, they won, right. Maradona, right, he was, I'll do anything to try and get a win, right. Not saying that Pele wouldn't do anything to get a win, but he'll do it within the rules of the game.
Pele.
He never tried being a role model, Maradona.
I've seen the interview of Pele, and Pele said in this interview that I seen, he said, "No, I'm not the world's best player." He said, "There's one player that's better than me." He said that was George Best. He said, "I'm number 2. Best is number 1."
Can we not mention that name on this? Can we not mention that name, please?
No, but that was what Pele said in the interview. I believe it was with someone like Michael Parkinson or someone like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah, good for
he
him.
did actually say that.
It's just tough to talk crap about him, right? Like almost 1,300 goals, like 3 World Cups, 2 of them being the best player. He was the best player in a World Cup at 17. And people talk a lot about that game where Ronaldinho just teared Real Madrid to shreds, and the entire fan base of Real Madrid was clapping and standing. Pele did that every game. Like if Pele was going to play against your team, you were going to go there to watch your team get destroyed and clap.
If you have respect, this is the thing: is like when you say, for example, when Rocky Rocastle died, the week he died, we had to play Tottenham the next game, right? And obviously a massive North London derby. All the Tottenham fans knew he hated them. He hated Tottenham, right? Because he was a gooner, right? But for that whole ceremony, for that whole minute silence, not a pin drop. That's when you know a player's that good. He has respect from other teams, rivals, right? And fierce rivals. I mean, don't forget, Arsenal Tottenham, right? You take your life in your own hands at times when you walk on your own, right? On Derby Day. So so having that sort of respect shows how good of a player you are.
Exactly. I don't know if any of you guys follow the NBA. Just touching the subject gets me a little emotional because he was a huge idol of mine because Kobe Bryant passed away recently. But do you remember the reaction Boston fans had when he played his last game against Boston? It was phenomenal. Like they had the loudest boo of all time. Like they booed him like at the top of their lungs. Then they had the loudest round of applause. It was so beautiful to watch, man. That's what defines an idol. That's what defines a genius.
I can't actually deal. That's the best. Like this kid's trying to become a comedian. This kid is trying to become a comedian right now.
I actually had that comment.
You might need it.
I had that comment on Christmas Day when I pulled out my fucking cracker. Like,
Yo, I'm actually a screenwriter and I write comedy. So, yo, Charles, hit me up at Marley Chillin'. We're gonna write together.
I think this is great. I think this is great. This comedy is going to be so good if you collaborate. It's going to be like one of your biggest hits if you collaborate. Like biggest comedy ever.
What's funny is, right? No, look, I'd have more respect if he came on the channel, right, and try and give it large about that, like saying all this rubbish, right? I'd have a bit more respect because you've got the balls to come on the channel and say it, right? But no, he's just doing it on the chat.
Yeah, but if I was a Spurs fan, I wouldn't be coming on here with a Chelsea and Arsenal fans. I wouldn't even be saying a word, you know, because I don't care if you're in the top 10. Like, they haven't won any trophies, so don't come to me until you've won a trophy. Like, yes, I can banter you guys, but you guys banter me back. But I'm not silly. Like, I'm not like a Spurs fan being like, yeah, we're gonna win these. Like the Carabao Cup, I don't care. Like, that's not a trophy to me. Like.
Yeah, I can quite
win that story. Like,
even say at the minute, right? Chelsea are acting as the bigger club, and in recent history, they have been the bigger club, right? But if you look at overall, Arsenal are far ahead. If you look at overall,
Arsenal's if you're going on,
and you can have an honest debate about that.
Arsenal's the biggest club in London.
Tottenham, they're like the people like you forgot you invited, right? And they just make up the numbers, right? You know, like when you send out the invites, and then they like the mates turn around and said, "Oh, you sent me this invite?" Like, "Oh yeah, did I? Oh." They're them. They're like they didn't know. You don't know they exist in the party.
Yo, guys, I gotta bounce because I gotta get ready for my premiere. As soon as Steven's stream is over, please check out Sarcasm City TV because I'm gonna be hosting an Arsenal show there for the first time. I'm very excited. If you guys wanna watch it too, I'm gonna be honored. Yeah, that's it.
Charlie,
see you guys
I
later.
couldn't watch that thing. You sent me a stream, and I couldn't watch it. Remember that stream I told you send it to me on Instagram? You didn't send it to me on Instagram.
Oh, I didn't.
No.
Ooh. I don't even remember what I'm supposed to send you. What is it?
I was on one of their Q&A shows.
I think it was I can't remember what it was now. I mean, I can remember you sent it to me, but you didn't send it to me on Instagram because I couldn't play it.
That's a huge mess up on my part. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna try to remember.
No, that's right. No.
And by the way, cousin, I really want to say this. It's really important. It's a PR thing. It's sorry. Like, if your breathing gets a little worse again, please make sure to get tested. Get a tomography, because people kept saying I was insane. I had anxiety, and 25% of my lungs are compromised because of COVID. So make sure you get tested because you're a little older than me too, so that could be more dangerous.
All right.
Take care of yourself, cousin. I love you.
I'll cheers, Charlie. Cheers.
But what I also say is that I've been on that channel before, and that was really good, to be honest. What Flawless is doing there, so big up to you.
Catch y'all later.
All right, catch you later. So, what would you say if, like, January transfer window comes along for Chelsea? What do you need to solve your issues?
Midfield and wing.
Chelsea definitely need to win.
Because I think the problem is that like we've started to rely on players again, like, and I've seen a lot of tweets about this, and this annoys me because when Eden Hazard was here, we relied on him as the one player, and Chelsea have a thing of doing on like relying on one player, like they're relying on Ziyech. They're like, yeah, when Ziyech gets back, it's going to make it all better. No. It might not make it all better, and we need to buy some. Like I would like some centre backs, and I would like some wings. So, dear Santa, like, listen to my list. Put it on Frank Lampard's list. I want, like, we need a winger. Like, that's not a want. That's a need.
Yeah,
we can't just
priority.
rely on Ziyech. We can't rely on Ziyech all the time. That's not how it works. Like,
and then putting Werner out on the wing doesn't work either.
Well, it is, Charlotte. You need a winger. You need a winger.
Yeah,
we need a fucking miracle. That's the difference.
Don't. It's
Wayne, what do you think?
We just need to give one of. We've got so many wingers that are out on loan. They could do a better job. We've got Charlie Masunda. He's playing in the under-23s. Like, he's been at Chelsea for like 5 years now.
But until the end of the season, we need something. So why don't we just get someone until the end of like the season, just on loan, and then bang them back, and then recall some of our youth wings. And we can't go on our season like this, and we can't just rely on Ziyech.
I think you've got a lot of quality, but no balance.
Yeah,
you've got a lot of quality on that pitch, but there's no balance to the team at all. And I think that's where your problem lies. I mean, if me and Anthony went on about Arsenal's problems, we'll be here till next Sunday. All right. Let's be honest.
It's like what I just said to Charlotte. I said Chelsea needs a winger, and we need a fucking miracle. That's what we need.
I don't know.
No, we don't. We need a P45.
Well, yeah, and that. A miracle and a P45. He's going to be there. He'll be there to the end of the bloody season.
Beating Chelsea probably 3-1, right? That'll be it. You know what I mean?
It's probably the best you're going to get.
Yeah.
Luke, how are you? Luke?
Hello.
All right.
Hello.
I can sort of hear you. This is very
I can hear
very
you.
muffly.
I can hear you.
Don't
Can
know
you hear
if
me?
that's my end or not. 1 second.
I can hear you.
How's everyone doing?
Yeah, not bad. You?
Yes, had a wonderful Tier 4 Christmas.
We all. What team do you support?
Where's this playing up? 1 second.
Yeah.
Like
I said, I think with Arsenal is just, if we are going to try and get anyone in, we ain't going to get any big quality players in. Not in the situation we're in. Right, be a miracle. Right, so I think we need to focus more, like, decent. I
just want Arteta to decide. I want Arteta to decide to play your second goalkeeper every time. Like, that would be great for me. Like that young goalkeeper. I want him played every time, because Chelsea fans would literally just be sitting there enjoying every minute of it.
Have you noticed this, Steve? These Chelsea fans are mean, aren't they? Words are very mean, these Chelsea fans.
How about put people down when they're down, you know? So
yeah,
I have been ripped to shreds since this Arsenal game. I have literally been ripped to shreds about this Arsenal game. So don't come for me like, oh, I'm being harsh. Man, I want your goal. I want Leno injured. I want Martinelli injured, and then we'll see if you get relegated or not.
I ain't done nothing.
Nah. Not
Ain't
you.
even started yet.
No, but it's not like some Arsenal fans. It's just it would be for my personal entertainment.
Yeah.
Personally, I've taken more stick over the last 2 months as an Arsenal fan than I ever have. It's been a long time since I've felt the way I have lately.
That's
even
because the
since
last 2 months you've been playing really shit, and no one can hide that.
That's the real worry. Is like, you know, you can take banter when you lose, but when you agree with the banter and you're like, honestly, I've been watching the performance, and I'll be first to be like, I hate what I'm like. It's pain. It's actual pain. Even like I remember watching the latter years of Wenger when we'd like passed backwards, but at least then we would still get results, and we'd still dominate possession and stuff. But like, there's been maybe 8 or 9 games on the bounce where it's been my god awful football, like truly dreadful football, where some of the players just don't look like they want the ball or anything like that. So I know the formation against Chelsea kind of fell on, or the team selection fell on Arteta's lap, but I think the young players have hopefully reinvigorated the team. And yeah, to be fair, sorry to go back to your point, was I've been giving my Chelsea supporting friends quite a lot of banter, just because it's been a long couple of months for Arsenal fans. It really has. And I think Frank's doing a great job at Chelsea, if I'm honest. Quite jealous, to be honest, because at least you got an owner that wants to put in the money, you know.
Yeah, Frank's not doing great, put it that way. He's made so many. I'm not saying it's like he's got 17. His record on paper doesn't look too bad. 17 unbeaten, 2 really bad losses, a win and then a really bad loss and then a draw. But if you look at the way we've played, we've lucky to got that 17 unbeaten streak, and not all of them are wins. They're draws. Like
I do see a lot of crossing in your game as well now. Like it has. I noticed it the other day. Like especially today. Like
the problem I have is that we can switch it on and off, and if we can switch it on and off, like if you look at the West Ham game. Yeah, we look at the West Ham game. We won 3-0. The first goal was in the first 20 minutes, and that was great. But then our 2 second goals didn't come after the 75th minute. And the problem I have is that in between, West Ham was so lucky they didn't get a goal. West Ham were just unlucky. Unlucky. They really were. Like how Declan Rice's goal like went into the angle. Like they were just unlucky. Like, and if we had been like. The problem is we could have lost.
Yeah.
And that's my problem. Like, you can say Frank's doing great, but he's making the same mistakes. Like, how many times has he put Werner on the wing that he doesn't look comfortable with and he doesn't look capable? If you look at the Southampton game, when we played Werner up front and he got 2 goals, like, why can't we try him back in central? Because that's where he deserves to be. Like, I don't care about, like, I've said this so many times, I'm going to repeat myself every time until it happens. Abraham should not be a central position. He can play left. So why isn't he? He can play right. Why isn't he? Like we've seen him do it in the youth. So why isn't he?
No.
I think he's better on the ball, because I don't think his hold up play, and especially why would you even consider anyone else as a hold up player when you've got Olivier Giroud? Because he's the player. Yeah. He's the player that I honestly, genuinely, in the last 10 years.
Abraham.
But this is why I didn't get why Abraham was starting.
With him.
Yeah, I'd play Giroud. For me, Giroud is your
But I didn't get this though. But this is what I didn't get about like the fact that Abraham was starting against the Arsenal game, and I got so much shit from like Chelsea fans being like, "Oh yeah, he's really good. Like he deserves it. He's got goals on what, but his experience does not counteract Giroud. Giroud is a better player, and so is Werner, and that's facts. And I'm not having anything else said. Like Abraham could become a good player. But he needs more time and he needs that experience. And I personally think if Frank was clever enough, he'd chuck him on loan again to get more time. And I'd say a similar
thing about Nketiah for Arsenal, to be honest, because I'm not sure he's. I think he's really, really great. Like I really like Eddie Nketiah, but I think in a similar vein, he doesn't quite make it. Like for me, he doesn't quite. Like Abraham might have been very good.
He's a championship player.
I don't. Yeah,
he's a championship player.
And if you consider,
Tammy Abraham, the best football he ever played was when he went on loan to Bristol City. When he scored in the Championship, he was non-stop scoring.
Get on here.
Yeah,
Nice
Matt,
spot for
absolutely
him.
join in.
Join
And,
in, please,
But
please.
he was a very good player when Tammy Abraham, when he went on loan to Bristol City. He was a very good
But
player.
I just think he needs
Can I
more
just
time
quickly
away
say-
because we're giving him time and he's not actually performing well. Whereas if he's off like doing a lower league team, getting experience, like it might be better for him. Like Ethan Ampadu's doing at the minute.
Can I just so Luke, what's your opinions on Arteta?
Sorry.
Hang on.
That was a really, really good time to put a biscuit in my mouth. So, okay, so sorry, yeah, I didn't really get a chance to say too much when I first came in because I was trying to figure out what I was doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm Luke. I'm from Kent. I've been a lifelong Arsenal fan, but I wasn't sure Arteta was the manager to when we brought him in, but I did see why we went for someone with like him, because when you're rebuilding an entire squad and an entire, I don't know, ethos really, after Emery didn't get, I don't think anyone thought that Emery was going to be able to do very much. I think he tried to steady a ship that was just way too big for him anyway. So anyway, Arteta came in. I think a lot of talk about the bad luck, like probably the hardest job in the Premier League. I mean, I might be being a bit ridiculous there, but I think Arsenal is the hardest project in the Premier League, considering we don't have the backing like a team like Man United have had. Where they're the only other team I can consider are similar. If you consider that they had a manager for 20 years, no other club around had that, and they went through some hard times. I feel like we're going through harder personally. Again, Ed Woodward at least puts the money on the table when they've made some questionable signings, and I'm always happy that Arsenal, for me, maybe I hope I don't rue this saying this, but haven't made huge money flops over the years. We've made a lot of flops, but nothing, Di Maria, Memphis Depay, all those players that they bought in that weird transition period. At least we haven't done that, but I'm hoping that Pepe doesn't make me eat my words on that. But what I will say is, I think I can see. I just think it's the most difficult project in the Premier League. Then COVID hit, and Arteta is the impossible task gets more impossible. Personally, having said that, when he first came in, I thought he was bringing. For me personally, I think his first task was sort that defence out, and I really do believe that our defence has been the best it's been for a long time. Like, we do not make those dumb mistakes that we were making under Wenger, under Emery. I think our defence under Emery was. Because do you remember those first few games when Emery came in and we were passing it out from the back, and I just could not stomach watching how tentative it was. We're watching sort of Socrates try and play it out of his feet. And anyway, Arteta's come in, and I think he's done a great job at sorting out that back line. I think his signings have been very good. I know Willian hasn't really worked out, but then again, on paper, I just think anyone would have taken Willian. I really do. I think if you're coming into a brand new role as a head coach or whatever he was back then, and you've got someone that's lives in London, someone that speaks Brazilian, he's got great connections in our squad. He's a ready-made player. He's got absolute acres of experience if you consider what he's won, basically everything. And I think on paper you would have absolutely snapped at the chance to put him on Mkhitaryan's wage bill. So I see why he did that, and technically cost us nothing. Obviously, we're paying his wages or whatever, but we were paying Mkhitaryan's wages, and I didn't think he was doing very much. Anyway, Willian aside, I think his signings, Partey and Gabriel, absolutely probably the best signings we've made since like Aubameyang. To be honest, I really do think they are. Partey, it's such a shame he's injured, but if you look at the team we're playing now, if you put a Partey in there and maybe a central attacking midfielder, or we bring in Emile Smith-Rowe more, I think the one biggest thing that might be Arteta's downfall, I think we're only going to find out in the next year or two, will be Mesut Ozil. I don't think any of us know what's going on with that properly, do we? So
His contract, I think, is
we
up
know
at the end
what's
of
going
the
on.
season. So,
Yeah.
so
Luke,
that's
you should be a Tottenham fan.
Nah,
Should
this
I be-
man,
I want to say this. You're an Arsenal fan, right?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, right? Like, you look like someone that's also on this stream. And if so, if he's your brother, is he a QPR fan? 'Cause you look a bit like Connor. In the
No,
thing.
no. Me, no, I don't have any
You
brothers.
do look
No.
like Connor.
oh my god,
No.
that's funny.
No,
Right, so
I look
you're
a bit like the Shermanator from American Pie. I can take that, but apart from that, I haven't got anyone else. That
so
Yeah.
at
No.
the minute, are you still Arteta in, or are you Arteta
100%.
out?
I am Arteta in all day long for give him at least another.
You can't be serious, man. You can't be serious, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Charlotte's died.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is why fans like you are why I want Arsenal relegated, because you
Hang on,
still
hang
trust
on,
in
I
this.
just-
You can't be.
if I can get this
Sorry,
right.
that was-
You can't be serious. You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious. Stop.
TV code, I'm going to ask you the same.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious. Stop.
Oh, for God's sake.
That ball was in.
But just to clarify something, like, fun fact, if you are Arteta in, you're the reason I want Arsenal relegated. You're the reason I want Leno.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot.
It won't work.
You're the reason I want Martinelli and Leno injured, so you can end up relegated because you trust in this process, and then you're going to see that trust in this process is going. Now, I get Arsenal fans, and you can have your own opinion, but there's too much time, and Arteta's like, you're 15th, like you're 15th.
Yeah,
I've been Arteta like for a long time.
Great. Like, I'm not saying you can't have your opinion, but I think your opinion's wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm
like,
sorry.
that's-
Like, Arteta's not doing great here. Like, what's happened to Aubameyang?
I don't
like,
think that's I don't think that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's doing great.
No.
I just think that Arsenal need huge changes. Right, we're not talking about the manager here. Like, well, I mean,
yeah,
I know
you need to. I know you need to start from the top before you work your way down. You
and
always have
we
to.
bring in
Man,
we bring
you
in
have
one
to as
manager.
well.
We bring in. I mean, I could not tell you what manager I think we need. I really don't.
But I
And
don't think any manager would turn up for you right now.
But this is
the
what
way
I
you're
mean.
playing.
So that's the problem. Is
No, I
like,
get what you mean. Like, no one wants
Yeah.
to turn up, but I think
so
if you
that
want to
means
sort something out, you have
is
to.
even more difficult.
You have to start from
trouble is, though, you
Kroenke
look
before
at
you
it,
even start anything else. Like Kroenke, you have to go from Kroenke to your board of directors, to then your backroom staff, then to
Yeah.
your manager, and then to your players, because you can't do anything else since. If you sort everything, like all your players out, and then you go to like your backroom staff and it's still not right, like you're still going to have issues. Like, you need to go
Of course.
from the top down until you can actually sort anything out. Like, and I'm not saying that like that's gonna take time, because like you have some shit owners. Like, it's not even
but
me
this
being
was-
horrible.
Well,
We're
put it
still
this
paying
way:
for,
if I was the
sorry.
owner of Arsenal, look at it this way. Look what they did to Unai Emery. They should have done that months ago to Arteta.
But the
Yeah.
problem you have is that like and until you sort the like board and like your owners out, you're not going to get far. Like, you can get rid of Arteta all you want. Like, players don't want to play for an owner and like a board that's not really taking advantage of them. Look at Man U. You've got Ed Woodward.
Yeah.
Like, he is, man, Ed Woodward annoys me. Like, just looking at his face. His face is so punchable. Like, it's literally like, man, you know.
I do think I think that I'm not saying Arteta like is the guy, but I'd be giving him 100% until the end of the season, because I still think that all the players that signed, very, very experienced players, have all said about this process. I mean, the process is difficult to trust in when we're losing as many games as we have. I completely agree.
Oh, I believe in it. I believe in it.
I do believe in it. It's
Do you know
been
what I
very
believe in it?
difficult, very difficult.
No, it's just different. It's just different to yours. It's
You,
closest to get relegated.
see,
Do you
I'm
know
not
what?
sure.
But that's the problem. Like, what happens if you believe in him to the end of the season and then you end up relegated? Because
Yeah,
that
that's the
that
problem.
is a possibility. That's a possibility.
I think when it becomes
I do
a
think we
real
will.
possibility, like talking real possibility, then I'm not sure it will get to that point. I think he'll be given the January transfer window, and I think if from this Chelsea game, if we can string results together now and prove that what just happened was something that
not a one-off.
not a blip, yeah. Then
But
I
what
think
if?
he needs
But
that
Brighton aren't statistically. Brighton have they really do enjoy playing you. Brighton do
time.
like
Yeah, and
okay.
they're playing very well, and
yeah,
Welbeck's
like-
going to score. You know it.
Like I want Welbeck to get a hat trick. I just want Welbeck
I'm not
to
going
get
to
a
lie.
hat
I love
trick.
Welbeck. I'd like. I mean,
I just wanted to get a hat trick because I love him. Like, and the fact that you got rid of him like annoys me. Like, it
I would
really
like
does.
us to buy. I'd like us to leave Brighton with Tarek Lamptey. That's what I would like. Whether we leave with
You
3
want
points, I'm not
Lamptey?
sure. Absolutely.
Ain't gonna happen.
No, I don't think.
Chelsea
I don't
will
think
recall
any,
him. Chelsea will
I don't.
recall
I
him.
think. Yeah, I'm not sure if. Yeah, probably. I can see that. Then again,
Chelsea will recall him.
Are you going to do
Chelsea-
that whole thing? You
But
sign
Chelsea
so many
do this,
players
though.
and then you ruin them. Yeah.
But this is the problem that Chelsea have. We have so many players on loan or that are capable of doing stuff. Look at Lamptey, look at Ampadu. They're all on loan getting minutes at the minute. Ampadu at Sheffield, like Lamptey at Brighton. Like they're all getting these minutes to
be fair,
improve so
Charlotte,
we
that's
can
been
bring
the
them
whole
back.
point of your club. The whole point of your club is they've always bought the biggest talent and never promoted the youth at all. He's destroyed. I mean, Sean White-Phillips, for example, his dad, Ian Wright, told him to go to Arsenal. He went to Chelsea. He never got to see the pitch again.
But the problem I
The
have
only
is that,
thing
like,
he saw was the bench.
but look what we're doing to Werner. Look what we're doing to Werner.
Look
Look what
Like,
you did to
Havertz
Danny
as well.
Drinkwater. That guy was amazing.
I mean, but
I don't
then-
even think highly of the man. The man can just go drink water all the time. Like the man just needs a water subscription and we're good. Like, I didn't particularly wasn't his biggest fan, but people like Timo Werner, who's playing on a left when Tammy can actually play on a left or a right. He's been known to do that in his youth days. Why he's not why Werner's playing central? Because Tammy actually, I think, plays better when he's on left or right. So I don't get.
I will agree with you on that.
I don't get why we're messing with these players. Werner, who is actually he was one of the highest goal scorers in the Bundesliga last season. Why we're messing him about? Because welcome to Chelsea. This is what we do. Like, and Frank's making mistakes with this.
Are doing a similar thing, yeah. Because ultimately, I know Frank's had a job before, but this is his This is his first job, proper job, and this is the same with Arteta.
I think the only difference between Arsenal and
fans can see. Like they are.
I think the only
we can see
difference
these mistakes.
The only difference between Arsenal and Chelsea is the amount of money we've had to spend, and we had 260 mil. Unfortunately, you guys, and I think if like
Mate, I'm talking. He's about listening as well.
Matt is still. I think Matt's still trying to offer Charlotte counselling.
I'm not going to do it.
Now the counselling session is now live on YouTube. You can watch it. Like,
as a Man United, a good result for Man United. Like, especially with Liverpool drawing 1-0 as well.
I did tell your face when she started. She started losing her shit, and you're just like
that. He was enjoying every minute of it.
Honestly, the solo was just like this. He's looking at the camera, but he's like that.
Nah, he enjoyed it way too much.
Like she's fucked.
No, it's not even funny.
And then the funny thing is, it's not even her third bottle yet.
It was my fourth. It was my fourth.
I was like, wow, you are.
That's what that performance. That's what that Chelsea performance has driven you to.
Yeah, welcome to my world now. Alcoholics
mate,
Anonymous
we're
calling
Arsenal
me.
fans. What are you talking about?
Well, at least
we live in the same house in this world. It's mental.
Let's be fair. Look, at least Charlotte managed to drink the amount of bottles that was scored in the game.
I think that's the result. You know, I'm going to take that pat on the back for me. Result. I enjoyed every minute of it.
She was still some sort of least standing.
Just glad it wasn't Chelsea in a cricket match because we could have been there all day. You know what I mean?
Do you know, yeah, cricket's bad for me to watch because I can just sit there all day and drink. That's not a good thing. At least it's only like 45 minutes. Like it's only like 45 minutes each way, so I'm quite good.
Laurie, how are you? Oh no,
So on the
Laurie, Prime, are you ready for your funeral tomorrow?
It's not really a funeral because nothing you can say will kill me, but fair enough.
Yes, Prime.
Right, that's all right. We've got the nun suit for Charlotte prepared. Right, bearing in mind she doesn't drink any more wine. Right. But
Okay.
No,
and Frank Lampard, the world-class
have to
manager.
drink wine.
what was that?
Yeah, and Frank Lampard and Arteta are world-class managers. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Prime, go on then. What would you say about the whole situation with Lampard now then? I'll put you on full screen. Actually, no, what I'll do is I'll take this overlay off. Can't be arsed with it.
What exactly are you asking me though?
Yeah, well, what's your thoughts on this whole art? Do you think it's just overreacting, or do you think it's
people are overreacting because of the Arsenal result? Because these were the same. Because when we went through our unbeaten run, what they were saying, I was saying these points and bringing up the stuff of like, don't get gassed. Wait until we play the tougher teams. Let's see how we get through that. Like some of these players in the team are not as good as they actually are. They're still question marks. Relax. Don't get gassed. Forget the fact that we lost to Everton and Wolves. It's because we lost to Arsenal 3-1. This worst Arsenal side in their history and all the gas Chelsea fans were giving it. Because even though I've been bantering Arsenal fans for the past like month or so, for this game, I even admittedly said I wasn't confident going in because I knew what would happen if we essentially play into your hands. The same thing I knew what would happen if we play into Spurs' hands or United or Liverpool's. But again, how we've been going this season is, to my expectations anyway, it's more or less exactly what I expected and predicted. So for me, I've been realistic with things since he's even come into the job. So I'm not like, you can't be overly angry with something that you expect. But Chelsea fans, the reason why they're so out is because they've been given all the gas since the start of the season about players and saying stuff that we're going to win the league and stuff like that. That's why there's such an overreaction. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with
comments. I did have to give it to Monster.
Exactly. It's the same thing with United fans did it during the summer. The whole thing with Jadon Sancho and stuff like that, when they could compete and challenge for the title. When they didn't get him, it all switched for Ollie. And to be fair, Arsenal fans did it with Arteta. And when you guys went through that, when you were going through your run of form, it all switched on Arteta because they're not living, these managers or these players or whatever didn't live up to this glorious expectation that we as fans set up for them. So we set them up to fail, essentially.
I think all of our clubs we have got incredibly high expectations because we've been incredibly lucky to watch the generations, or even just this past generation, for all of the clubs in question right now: Man United, Chelsea, and Arsenal.
But again, we're saying things like, I'd say the same. Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, United fans saying things like, look at what Klopp did at Liverpool and stuff, and he's now kind of built a dynasty and a set-up plan for the future. Pep did the same thing, and comparing the situations to Klopp when he first came in. Arsenal fans compare the situation to Klopp when he first came in. Chelsea fans are doing the same thing with Lampard comparing it with Klopp. United fans are doing the same thing. Cool. It took Klopp, 4 years, I think, to win the Champions League, or is it 3 years?
Yeah, but the problem is why the reason I don't agree with comparing us to what Liverpool had, right? Look at what Liverpool had, a squad that had assets that they could get rid of. They had Coutinho to get rid of.
They also came second. They also were competing already.
Yeah, plus also, right? They managed to get to the reason they managed to get to a final in that season, Europa League final in that season, is because they had a manager who had won the Bundesliga. He had a manager that had the experience of building a team from the ground up, right? Arteta has not got that experience. You tell me where evidentially you have got proof that Arteta can do it. Right? I'm sorry.
Here's the thing.
There isn't any. He's completely
but,
unproven.
but here's the thing. What Arteta
And that's why you
and
can't
Frank,
compare the two.
No. But here's the thing. Even Arteta and Frank, right? I know you guys are in 15th and stuff, and I will banter it because why not? But again, in hindsight,
Well, you're getting it tomorrow, mate.
but the thing is, in hindsight, Arteta and Frank, in terms of what they're trying to do, and it is harder for Arteta because of what your board is like. But what they're trying to do, they are somewhat making progress. It's more clear with Frank, I guess, maybe, but
of course
they're maybe because we're not 15, but we're.
It's
pretty clear, yeah.
But, but at least no. But the point, whatever. But the point is, that they're trying to overhaul the squad and create a new ethos and philosophy for the players and mentality for the club to build for the future. Yeah,
I think if you, it's very, very easy to say Arteta out. We're nowhere near as good as we should be as Arsenal Football Club. It's very easy to say that, but that's not an Arteta thing. The club is probably where it belongs to be right now because of its actions and the way it's been run into the ground, basically. And we're only now. The reason I think Arteta should be at least given till the summer is because we're finally going to get some of these players off of the wage bill that failed Wenger, that failed Emery. And it doesn't matter if you get these players singing a good tune; they will eventually become shit, which is what they are. Some of these players.
I know. But again, my thing is also
what does wind me up then is then right to try and back Arteta even more. They say, "Oh, we can get rid of these players in January, right? And we'll get some players in other than that." The reason we've got a 27-man squad for 25 selection is because half the players in there we don't even play ourselves. Why do we not play ourselves? Because they're shit. How much do we pay them? Over 100 grand a week, right? So why does no one else buy them? Let me think. Because they're not worth over 100 grand a fucking week, right?
That's Ivan Gazidis and Wenger. That's Gazidis and Wenger.
Yeah, but I know, but I'm not saying that it's not. But what I'm saying is, so you can't say to me they are going to be gone in January. They're not.
No, they're not.
They will happily wait until they get their free transfer, where they get all the money they want in their contract, right, and go somewhere else because they know they're going to have to drop their wages.
Okay, if that's the thing, though.
Well, the
thing is, they're not going to play both here now, and they're not performing. So either the board should do the actual sensible thing and just kind of terminate their contract and invest. Well, they should invest it in the summer properly, but invest it in January and try and get players. Like whether you guys will actually get relegated or not, right? Mathematically, you are actually in a relegation battle, and the only reason why it doesn't look worse is because of how weird this season is. Because realistically, if you win this game against Brighton, you're 6 points away from Chelsea. So how weird the season is, even though you're in a relegation battle, it's still maybe not that bad.
I know it looks bad on the table, but genuinely, the performances have been bad. Let's not get that wrong entirely. But I personally, I can see what Arteta is trying to do, and I think that he brings a side that I think a lot of Arsenal fans want, which is there's a camaraderie. He speaks so well about the club. I know that's just words and it's not actions, but it's nice to hear a manager talk about wanting to play for the fans, and he's super aware of how ridiculously hard his job is. He's also very much switched on in knowing that these other clubs are echelons above where we are, and so there's no delusion in that.
There's coming out with comments saying we had 100% chance of losing and we lost. That's I'm sorry. That's to me a sackable offence. Right? You don't come out and say that, right?
No.
Right?
I think he's gonna make mistakes like that.
But what I'm saying is, if you're trying to inspire a team, and not to mention he's already inspired a team to win a cup, right? Let's be honest here, right? How are you going to inspire a team if you're saying, "Oh, we've pretty much fucking lost it anyway," before we even gone out on the pitch?
No, but
I don't know. I don't know how
we're
he
getting,
meant
no,
that.
but we're
I don't
getting
really know
solely,
how
we're
he
getting
meant that
solely,
Let's have a look at it this way. Let's have a look at it this way. Right, Arsenal are a much better team than West Brom, right? Sam Allardyce took over West Brom, played Liverpool. Who would have thought they would have drew 1-1?
I did.
Anyone that knows Sam Allardyce. Honestly,
there's a stat. There's a stat. Allardyce.
One England wonder.
I'll find it. There's a stat since like 2017 or something. Sam Allardyce.
Because he plays a 2-7-1.
Why did you think that West Brom would draw against Liverpool in prime? Why did you think that?
Because they would just set up so defensively.
I'll give because I know what Sam Allardyce is like as a manager. Anyone knows
exactly. You just said the magic word. You said manager. Now Arteta hasn't got that. He hasn't got the experience of Sam Allardyce.
Hang on.
And everybody sees this. But you've got to blame the board. You've got to blame the board. Is to blame. 70% of the board is to blame.
Listen, let me answer.
30% is the manager.
Anthony, let me answer. It's not just a manager. As a coach, he is.
So, in other words,
well, let Prime have his.
No. People laugh at Allardyce, and I don't know if it's because of the way he sounds or the way he looks or whatever. But again, he even said it himself a few years ago. If his name was, Samuel Allardyce, people would actually give him a lot more respect. Sam Allardyce has now won more points at Anfield, 5, than since April 2017 than all of the big 6 teams combined, which is 4 points for them.
He's also got the best England record, hasn't he, for English national manager? 1 game, 1
1 game, 1 win. There'll be no better England manager. There'll be no better England manager than Sam Allardyce.
The reason why Allardyce.
Fuck it, let's make him England manager again.
I personally think he'd do a good job, but there's a reason why.
Yeah,
I mean,
honestly, we all moan about Mourinho parking the bus after scoring a minute. It got a minute into the game against Wolves, right? He doesn't. He takes it to another level. He parks the jumbo fucking jet, right? He parks the Great Wall of fucking Trump. You know Trump in his imaginary wall he was coming up with, right? Right. That's him. That's what he does.
But at the moment, if Arsenal was playing that way, of parking the jumbo jet in front of the goalkeeper, in front of that goal net, not letting in goals and winning a game like 1, maybe 2-0, this moment of time, how we're playing, us Arsenal fans, we'd take that all day long. We would, wouldn't we?
I think you could say that now because we've had the bad results. But Arsenal Football Club comes with the football as well. It's a
No.
I think so.
No.
What do you mean, no?
That was a Wenger philosophy. George Graham used to do it. George Graham parked the bus against Parma and won 1-0 to win the Cup Winners' Cup.
I'm not saying it's because we did it
hasn't been done before.
50 years ago. Oh yeah, I'm not saying because we did it 50 years ago we should do it again.
That's not 50 years ago. That was 1989, 1991, 1994. That was the year I was born. That was 26 years ago. But it can be done again.
You kind of look at Leeds.
Managers come with their own style.
Leeds changed their tactics against who was it the other day? Burnley, wasn't it? Like everyone was like, they're going to go out, they're going to try and get loads of goals, and they didn't. They changed the complete way of Marcelo Bielsa's way of playing. They changed it. That can happen with any team when you face the team that you're going up against. Burnley are a tough team to do that to. So that's why Leeds, for the first time in the Premier League this season, changed their routine. That can happen with any manager. They just have to play the same way every single time. It depends on how you feel and your gut feeling on how the other team are going to play. I
think that's where Allardyce sets up like that. He will look at who they're playing, and the game plan will be like it was at Liverpool: aggravate them, smash and grab any chance you get, and that's exactly what they did. But Arteta has learned under Pep Guardiola, so he's used to watching the best of the best, the cream of the crop, playing let's be honest, beautiful football over the last 5-6 years, and some of the best players in the Premier League, and they play a style of football that can be just like Wenger tried to put in a philosophy, which was play like this all the time and we'll win that. And it used to drive us mad. I used to hated how Wenger wouldn't look at who we were playing and just be like, mate, just make a decision based on who you're facing. But I can feel Arteta doing that. I can feel Arteta Arteta changed. We could have played very
Honestly,
defensively against Chelsea,
look,
even
for
with
me,
the lineup that we had. We didn't play
Yeah.
defensively. We Bellerin was pushing forward. He had Xhaka and Martinelli
Yeah.
switching wings for that first 25 minutes. It worked really well. I can see what Arteta's doing. I personally back him. I think the club needs a huge overhaul, but I think personally,
Can I
I think
just
give
honestly-
Arteta
Again,
the
we're
respect.
getting onto Arteta. Wait, Stephen, we're getting onto Arteta when the role. What was the point of what I was getting to with this originally? my point was, with these young managers and stuff, you're going to have
Yes.
growing pains, and it's the fan. What annoys me is the fans who were all adamant that they wanted them in the first place are the ones switching because of a few bad results or one big bad result, like with Chelsea, using the Arsenal and stuff like that. I don't necessarily agree with it because there are some good things that they're doing, and it's like, are they going to be the ones to win you league titles and stuff? No, I don't think Arteta is going to be that guy. Same way, I don't think it's with Lampard. Same way, I don't think it's going to be with Ole. However, they're building an ethos and a philosophy that will actually help you for the future, because those clubs need to be, in terms of the personnel within the team and stuff like that, and maybe even the backroom stuff for Arsenal and United, they need to be rebuilt all over again. And
fully,
there aren't many better managers that can actually do that will get the respect and backing by the club themselves.
Yeah.
Chelsea, we sacked our greatest ever manager in Jose. So if he's not
The
able
trouble
to
is,
do
though, I think with Arsenal fans, we're a bit impatient now because we almost went 10 years without a trophy. And that was obviously underneath Arsene Wenger. But everybody knows Arsene Wenger stayed in that job long enough because he was there on merit.
Well, we won the top 4 trophy every year.
Exactly, because he finished in the top 4 and he was buying players in for 2 million and selling them for like 20, 25 million. He was there on merit.
Can I also just add the point here is that I get the fact with these young managers, they're going to have dips in form, right? I understood that, and I was not expecting the season to go absolutely perfectly and we'll get top 4 or what I suggested, which was top 5 and try and win Europa League, right? But the way that this season's gone so far, and this first, and we're not even halfway into this season, is like, no, I'm sorry, you're taking this too far, and you ain't got the experience to pull yourself out of this.
What happens if we take that away, though? If we take that away, who do we give the job to? Benitez.
Really?
He's done it with Newcastle, the Championship side, and kept them in the league. Right? He's won the Championship with Real Madrid and Liverpool.
So he keeps us in the league. Then what?
He won the Champions League with Liverpool. He won the Champions League with Real Madrid. He won the Europa League halfway through the season with Chelsea, I believe.
Yeah, but then he went to Newcastle.
Yeah, and with no money, no backing, no money, kept a Championship level side in the Premier League.
And he won a trophy with Real Madrid as well.
He is an honest quality manager.
I'm not saying he's not. And if I really had the choice,
both those Champions Leagues, that weren't the best squad in Europe.
Yeah, I don't think I disagree with you on that. And I think Benitez, if they came out and fired Arteta, I think Benitez would be somebody.
That was who I was originally suggesting.
Yeah.
Before we got Arteta in, that's why when they got Arteta in, I'm like, why don't they think Benitez? Not even Ancelotti, who came in the Everton job, same scene.
But when they got Arteta and he didn't know how to manage properly, and like I think they took him on too early. Like he didn't really have any experience in that qualification. Like he'd worked with Pep. That gives him a qualification, does it? I don't think it does. I don't think working with Pep gives him a qualification. And I think you guys should have been more skeptical when you took him on because
I think
the miracles weren't going to happen. This is his first time as a manager. Like
it's like saying
at that time it was only him and Ancelotti.
It's like Arsenal are saying that, right? We now advertise the job to any Arsenal fan because that's the level of experience we need. Right?
Do you know what? I think an Arsenal fan might do better than Arteta right now.
I'm not even joking. That's the same level of experience.
Yeah.
It's not the same level of experience. He's done all of his batches. Come on.
I'll do better.
Oh, mate, if you can get
But isn't it-
Mustafi to play football, I'd be very happy.
Do you know
isn't it
what?
well,
I
apparently,
think
Barcelona wants him in January, Mustafi.
Yeah, take him.
Do you know what?
Absolutely.
They can take
Get them
him.
Nil.
like they took
They
Van
take
Marlen. They
him.
can absolutely
Yeah.
take him.
Do you know what? Who is it? Who wants Bellerin? Is it Barcelona? They want Bellerin. Like
Barcelona.
She wanted
that's
Bellerin.
banter of the season. That is banter of the season that Barcelona want Bellerin. Let me tell you, Bellerin
22.
is not good enough to be anywhere. Like the only place Bellerin should be is for Wycombe Wanderers. I think he'd do great in the Wycombe Wanderers.
No. Let's give respect to Wycombe Wanderers. There's only one place he should be.
Tottenham.
No. Even me, I'm going to give them respect on this one. The only place I see Bellerin actually proving himself any worth, right, is in the Amazon rainforest sorting out the fucking tree crisis.
Can't you see him on the catwalk stage with a handbag and giving a twirl? Can't you see him doing that?
He does the catwalk stage. He gets
He already does that. He already does that. I couldn't see any other.
modelling for the Andrex Lou
He
role.
does, doesn't he? I thought that was in my dream.
The only Amazon I see him in is Amazon Prime doing his own fashion show or something like that.
Oh my god, I actually am dying right now. I can't. That's literally.
So are you guys?
I could just see the man. I could just see the man stranded. I've got this image in my head now of Bellerin just stranded in the forest. Like he's in this Amazon rainforest and he's trying to get these orangutans to come give him love, and they're like, "Nah, we know who you are. Bye."
You can't take a throw.
Nah, mate, I'm done. Oh.
This is the thing. He has scored more foul throws than Aubameyang scored goals.
Yeah.
Right. If it carries on any longer, right, we would have scored 13 goals, but he would have committed 14 foul throws in the entire season.
Well done for dealing with Bellerin. Like you bought him, deal with him.
You Arsenal fan. Are you all in agreement that are you all Arteta out? Benitez.
I'm Arteta out from the Spurs game.
Do you know what?
Because the Spurs game with me was a capital offence.
I would say
that team play was a capital offence for me.
Yeah, but I'd say Arteta out. But now I would say Arteta out, but no one.
You want
is
him in
dumb enough.
Arsenal relegated.
No. No one's dumb enough to come in and take a team as they are right now. No one is dumb enough. No manager, not even Benitez, is dumb enough to go in and be like, yeah, I can deal with Arsenal. Benitez is like, shit the bed. Nah, sorry, I am done with Arsenal. Benitez would run a marathon than rather than come and do Arsenal. And that's the man probably doesn't know how to run a marathon. Let's be fair. Like, I'm just saying, like, no manager with any sanity is going to come in and actually want to take over your club the way you are right now. Until you sort everything out, I'd say Arteta in.
No, the manager's got to sort it out. The manager's looking forward, he's got to sort it out.
But the
Arteta
manager can't
sort
it out unless Kroenke and all that is sorted. Yeah, this guy's been pissing us off all day. Like, let's ignore him.
Yeah.
The man's deluded.
But look, we all might call ourselves deluded, but then look, we got comments like this. It's just comedy section all over, isn't it?
No, but this is what I mean. He's deluded. Like
first as well. That was great.
The Carabao Cup's not even a cup I acknowledge.
Look, he's gone. Hang on. No, look, Matt. Look, here's the greatest about his comment. He went from treble of Carabao Cup, FA Cup, European, not the title, not anything, right? He's now gone quadruple. He then went earlier to quadruple, right? So they're going to win everything this season, right? And now he's back to treble of a Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and Europa League.
Have you seen that Gabriel's tested positive for COVID? By the way,
flop.
Yeah, so's Kyle Walker.
Yeah, the game's off. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly, Gabriel. I didn't know Gabriel had.
They must have been at Carl Walker's sex parties, and that's where they've got it from. I'm not sure.
And Matt speaks from experience.
I want to see more. Yeah, Jack Grealish have been there.
I wish.
Yeah, the one that gives you strange looks during the stream.
guys, I don't know what's going to happen with Arteta, but I think you're right either way. I don't think Arteta will be
He
there.
has now got to start and take this victory and go on a win.
Yeah, I think
if he can't do that,
I think he's got to go. Despite the win, he's got to go.
do that.
I
think he could do that if it wasn't Brighton.
Charlotte, hang on. Can I just ask, if, say, the next 5 games, right, we have not kicked on from this game and used it to turn it around and bring us back up the table, what would you say then?
I would say that's when there'll be meetings between them for sure. Because the thing that I do think, and I know this is mad, but I do think someone said it earlier, it was about Wenger in some sense. Arsenal board knew what they were getting into when they signed Arteta. That's not a good or a bad thing, right? That's not me saying that they did the right thing. We all knew that what we were getting, and we were right to be sceptical, of course. But Arsenal are going to have to stick to their guns to some extent. And if you consider, again, on paper that we just won 2 trophies, that's still not good enough because we're 15th. I get that. We're nowhere near good enough.
Tottenham's level. We only won 1.
Oh, come on, guys. It's 2 trophies. I would always take 2 trophies. Absolutely. And also, when you're beating Chelsea and Liverpool, come on. I think we were playing brilliant. It's too.
I don't get how you can say
and 1 shield. Let's see that.
I don't get how you can say that you want Arteta out. Getting rid of Arteta is going to do nothing to your team.
Yeah, it's going to do absolutely nothing.
You might have, like Arteta did, a good couple of games. But that's about it.
You'll always have a bounce in any club.
You'll always have that bounce.
But these players will fail the next manager.
Because it's not just the players, it's from up the top as well. So if you don't sort any of this out, getting rid of Arteta is going to do nothing for you.
Exactly, but the job is still too big for him. That's like me sending my 5-year-old son to school saying, "All right, son, I know you're only 5, but you got." It's like me sending him into school to do his GCSEs at the age of 5.
But some 5-year-olds. That's the point. Like Arsenal are that thick.
Yeah,
the Arsenal board members are that thick.
Yeah,
I honestly will just say this: is that with Arteta, part of me, I feel sorry for him for a way because he's been thrown at the deep end in probably an impossible situation. Right, this probably ain't gonna win either way you cut it. Right, I don't think he's experienced enough to get himself out of this situation. Now I get the fact people say, "Oh yeah, you chose the manager. What that's gonna do? Like he's still the same dead players." Yes, I know they're still the same dead players. I've been watching them for fucking years, right? But at the minute, we are so dire and so poor, and our form is literally saying relegation. It is only one of the next worst and lower than us are Sheffield United at the bottom.
So I've got a question
in terms of relegation form. Hang on. It's just so if that's the case, I would happily, even if it is just to the end of the season, take a temporary manager that gives us the bounce that keeps us in the bloody league.
And what if it doesn't?
Okay. So what if you take this new manager to the end of the league and it bounces you up, okay, and you stay in the Premier League, and then next season you just keep going, you do what you're doing now, and then you do the same thing, you get a new. It's going to be that continuous cycle because until you can have that bounce, but is the bounce
not because
going to hurt more? Is the bounce going to hurt more when you start doing shit again? And then it's it's worse because if all this shit happens now and then next season it gets better, isn't that better rather than trying to get to the end of the season with a temporary fix rather than a permanent fix? Because a temporary fix,
we have been papering over cracks.
You guys have been doing that for so long. Even when towards the end of Wenger, you were papering over cracks.
The cracks need to fall apart.
There's only so much you can do. You need to absolutely crumble and then build up.
I think a couple of seasons of finishing bottom end of top 10 is what's I'm sorry, but I also think to some extent it's almost necessary. It sounds mad, but I really do think we're gonna have a real tough couple of seasons with whatever manager we have, because Arsenal need to change their ways.
You've papered over it for so long that you can't fix it until you've actually broken down, because they've papered it over and they've just covered it up and they've covered it up and they've covered it up. And this isn't just for like a season. This is for quite a few seasons now.
Top four.
And the
Or
more
we got top four.
exactly.
Or we got top four.
Exactly. And the more that you cover it up, the more damage is done underneath that you can't see. And Arteta hasn't got the backing for the money that Wenger had.
Yes.
And that's the problem. And now it's all coming out. Like, you literally have to start from scratch. Like rock bottom, start from scratch, and then go on. Because you can't do that.
Yep.
You can't do anything until you've got hit rock bottom, and you haven't yet, unfortunately.
I don't know. I like to think we have, but yeah, I think you might be right.
I don't want to be horrible. I wish you'd hit rock bottom, but I don't think you have.
I honestly think is the
football.
No, I honestly think that if I get the players aren't good enough and they'll do the same thing, right? But those players you're still talking about are the players that are on their last year in their contracts and by the summer are gone. So when you say it's all going to happen again in another cycle in a year's time, well, hang on, in a year's time they ain't going to be there.
Well, then let Arteta see through his project then.
Yeah, well, but what I'm saying is that if you brought a new manager in, and then those players are gone, right? Surely then he's got the idea to then invest and do what he wants to do.
But Arteta might already have that plan.
But do you know he's got the experience to keep us in the league?
No, nobody does. I don't even think Arteta does, because this is the first. Right now, what we're going through is his first biggest challenge. Okay, he came in and I think we overperformed. Given we played pretty damn well, and since the restart with the COVID, the beginning of the year when we were playing to empty stadiums, we were excellent, and we went on a very, very good FA Cup run, beat all the big teams in the Premier League and in the cups as well. We've beaten, it's been a while since we can say we've beaten Man United. It's been a while since we, at the time, say we beat City, we beat Chelsea. We weren't beating any of those teams for a long time. So I think we overperformed originally, and I think we were all rubbing our hands together, going, "My God, Arteta's instantly just Pep Guardiola." And I do think, to some extent, we got a bit carried away with that. Now we're like, is it Charlotte? Sorry, I think, and Charlotte's right. Is the papering over the cracks is exactly the way I've been putting it as well, because there were big old cracks, and Arsenal have taken steps. I think we've taken some of the wrong steps this year, firing Gunnosaurus and all the crazy crap that came out this year.
I'm not going to lie. I hated that. No. Gunnosaurus was a legend. That broke my heart.
He wasn't fired, and plus the fact no one's coming into the stadium. Right?
No, I know.
You can't keep someone in a job and then not
No. The issue I have is not that he was put away, but it's the guy was fired. He lost his guy, and they haven't brought him back. They've brought someone different in. That's what annoys me. He would have come back and done it, and they didn't bring him back. And he's been there long enough that he deserved to be brought back, because he's done it for long enough.
It's also just another thing the club have done.
They will bring him back. They'll bring Gunnosaurus back. They will.
No, yeah,
they're bringing Gunnosaurus back. They're just not bringing the guy that's done it for like 30 years. He's not coming back. They've already brought someone else in.
Yeah, but there'd be a different person that'd be in. I heard rumours. Matt is going to be the new Gunnosaurus. That's what I've heard.
Matt, is that true?
Yes, Gunnosaurus.
I'm going to have sorry, I have on New Year's Eve. That's what I know, but
Wait, you're the new Gunnosaurus. Are you the new Gunnosaurus?
Oh my God, is that true? Like, I actually need this to be so true right now. Like, this would literally make my year.
Like, I can only reach like the belly button. Like, you have to get someone a lot bigger than me to like fill that boots.
I think we should get Alex Iwobi in it. That's what I think. He played. I
think we should get Hector Bellerin. Just put Bellerin in there, clown costume.
No, that's too
bigger grip for the throw-in. I like that.
Actually, that might even be a big job for Arteta to dress above Gunnosaurus.
I mean, I don't know if that's a demotion or a promotion, going from Arsenal manager to the dinosaur.
I think that's a promotion.
Yeah,
that's the promotion.
Right, yeah, definitely. Guys, I'm going to have to go, but Thanks for having me on here.
No worries. No, thanks.
Nice
for coming
to nice to chat to you all. Have a good little debate. It's nice to chat
Hey,
and
mate.
get bantered further.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, it's a really difficult time. We'll see what happens. Regardless, Arteta in or out. Right now,
Look,
if he's
either way,
in,
look.
we all need to back the club as much as we can.
As much as you say that, Luke, is like at least we can say if we lose the league title, we ain't been cheated. Unlike some like this deluded Tottenham fan.
Well, yeah, deluded Tottenham fan.
Like I said,
it's amazing how they're still
when
here.
he wins when he wins something that's not in black and white, come and let me know.
But yeah, we will see what happens. Either way, let's back the team, get behind the team. Same with Chelsea. I love watching Chelsea draw and drop points like I did earlier. It makes me sad because I love Olivier Giroud, but it is what it is. Anyway, let's back our teams and we will see what happens. Whether we're all we're doing this show in a year and it says the championship review. We will see. Let's really fucking hope not.
Yeah.
But anyway, take care, guys. Stay
Cheers.
safe. Cheers, guys.
See you later. Bye. Bye. Oh, bless him. He's gone to see his brother Connor.
Oh, fuck's sake.
You all laughing.
He does look a bit like Connor. He does.
I know. That's
trust me, in this season, the season, I'll have the last laugh. Well, come on then and banter us, you fucking prick.
Do you know what? I would. You are not allowed to comment any. No, you're not allowed to comment anymore until you come on. Face your fears. At least if I comment, I can back it up and I can come on here. Like you cannot.
That's the point. He's got no evidence because
he's excited about winning the Europa League and the Carabao Cup. Congratulations! They aren't the biggest in the world, so congratulations. You go attempt to win them. Just bottle them like you usually do. Come back to me when you're.
You are an absolute disgrace. You're a cheat. I hope Brighton get relegated.
FA, you a cheat, you a disgrace.
Oh, that's funny.
Right. No chance.
I think me and Auntie though, we're a bit like this at the minute.
When is it gonna end, Rob?
Oh, if it'll work,
when is it gonna end, Robbie? I've had enough.
Oh, you're joking.
When is it going to end? It's not going to end.
It will end if Arteta goes. It will.
He will be in Sky Sports eventually. He will.
Yeah. You can't have a manager there with no experience at all. I don't even think he's got a say in it. I mean, to be honest with you, Matt, you don't even know his first 11. He's swapping and changing the teams in every bloody game. So how can I say trust the process? I'm sorry, but I'd rather trust the process in a packet of condoms.
Yeah.
That's me.
Wow, I trust the process in condoms.
So
when is it gonna end?
They're asking a stewardess on the airplane to come and fly the plane, and they say like, "Yeah, like you've been on here a few times, and do you reckon you'll be able to give it a go? You know, like sort of where to get out to get in. You know the numbers. Yeah, sure. Like, yeah, I'll give it a go. That's exactly what it is. Like you say, he hasn't had the experience of being a top manager, and look, he's done all right. He's been under so much pressure. He's not done too badly for someone like that in that position, but. I don't know. Yeah, I agree with Charlotte 100%. It's the owners who got to sort that out.
TV Claude, I'm going to ask you the same. TV Claude.
It won't work. Oh man, it's such a problem with this bloody StreamYard today.
You just picked up Claude now. You know what I mean?
It's time to go.
Yeah, I'm trying to play the clip, but I can't get it to play for some reason. It was playing yesterday. It was all fine yesterday. Don't know why. Right, it'll probably be fine tomorrow.
Doesn't like
you that porn you're downloading, isn't it? You've been watching too much of John Terry's mum. Hey, sure, have you? No, don't worry about it.
John Terry's mum again. It's not John Terry's mum. We've established that now. Have you?
I don't know. You keep shutting those doors.
Have you seen that video, Char?
There's a rumour going around. You not heard it, Charlotte?
No.
You won't want to. You won't want to.
What's the rumour?
John Terry's mum's on Pornhub. There you go. Don't look. Don't look.
I don't want to. Like, I'm mentally scarred already hearing it. Like, my ears are scarred. My ears are scarred. Thank you.
Matt
Yeah.
told us
Can
all
we-
about it.
Oh, of course he did. Of course he did. Like, he goes to Carl Walker's sex parties, and now this. Like,
Who do you think I am now? Kyle! Shh, have you been here, right? I shouldn't have said that. It's coronavirus. I'm not here.
oh my god.
Trouble is, though, everybody goes on about this. It's still going to be here until bloody. He reckons it's going to be here between the month of June and September, and that's all of next. That's all of this season. So the football ain't going to be great for next year.
When is it gonna end?
Yeah, so we don't have the Euros are going to be rubbish, basically, is what you're saying.
Exactly. That we're going to have the pandemic then for the Euros, and then basically is until when we get actually when the season starts next season, because that be started in August, it'd be the first month. So you wouldn't see signs of improvement until next month. They're all about bringing out a tier 5 now for London, and I predicted that right. I said it. London will go into tier 5, and all around London would be tier 4. All the rest of the country would be tier 4.
All I want to do, like, I went to buy a new TV today, so went on to Curry's. Lovely. I can't buy a new TV. Nah, can't buy a new TV. Like, I've had enough. Like, I need some normality.
I'm in your boat.
Why would you want to?
Because my TV has a crack down it, so I'm not. I'm home at my mum and dad's at the minute.
Isn't it?
That was after the Chelsea and Arsenal game, Steve. It got the crack.
Yeah, it decided to break down on me.
At least that screen showing a better picture, innit?
Yeah.
But no, I want normality back now. I've had enough. Like, literally. When we were,
let's roll on.
I don't want 2021. I don't want 2021. 2021, what difference is it going to be? I want 2025. When I know I can go on holiday to Ibiza, when I know that I can do things. 2025, I'm telling everyone this, 2025 is the year to happen.
Do you know what?
Yeah, really?
21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Probably next 20 are probably going to be the same.
Right. I just need this virus to go.
2022. That'd be the year.
Nah, not with the more strains coming out. I don't think we're going to deal with it very well.
So everyone's saying, 2021. Why?
2021's not going to be any better. Everyone's organising their weddings for 2021. I'm like, hun, you're just going to have to cancel them again for 2022. Like, it's not going to get any better.
That's me for another 20 odd 30 odd years at least.
Oh, you've really depressed me right now.
Sorry.
I thought I was going to go out New Year's Day and just start going at it, but no.
Oh, thank God we kept someone at home.
Kyle, shh.
Oh my God.
Sending us into tier 10.
Tier 10 is like you can't go to the toilet without saying please.
I saw a great meme about I saw a great meme about tier 5, and it just showed like a radar of people tracking you with the monitors, and that's literally what tier 5 is going to be.
You all right there, Matt?
You struggling there?
I'm sunburnt. I'm not crying from the laughter. I'm sunburnt.
From what sun? From what sun? We've had snow and rain. What sun? At least if your story's
He's been lying down under his lamp.
if your story's going to be plausible,
we all know
make it plausible.
I got my lamp, under the heat, bag of Cheetos.
I honestly will say we can tell Charlotte's a Brit, right? Like she's starts off really positive and then it's moan. Everything's going wrong with the world.
I don't want to, Steve. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to come across sexist on your channel. I don't want to come across sexist on your channel.
My wine's too warm. My
wine is too warm right now.
You're not drinking tonight. You know that.
It's because I got roasted by Arsenal.
You're on the water. You should get on the wine though, Charlotte. It was a bad result today.
Oh, Mike, can you just stop? It's like the one night I'm
What
not
was it? Was it
drinking.
1-1?
Yeah, you should get on it.
What was the score today?
Yes.
It was 1-1.
1-1.
Guess what? Giroud scored their goal.
Well, yeah, but he should have been on the other game against Arsenal. It would have been a lot different, I think.
Do you know what? I won on my football bets today because I had Chelsea and Villa to draw 1-1. I did have Man City to beat Everton, but obviously that game got postponed. So I lost about, I think it was about £40 down on my bet because that one game being postponed.
That's not your fault.
No.
Bastards.
Yeah.
Who are they? Who are they?
Eh? What?
What site was that? Like betting site?
Oh, that was it was just William Hills.
William Hill. William Hill.
William Hill.
Fuck yourself.
Other betting avenues are available, by the way. Just
yeah. I can't find that clip yet, but I'm trying to find it.
I might go to Bet Victor now.
Did you ask Victor first?
What his odds is like?
Did you ask Victor first?
He's got to get back to me.
Who, Victor Lindelof?
No, he said he's going to Bet Victor. I said you asked him first.
Victor off.
You can't go anywhere. You can't go and bet out. You can only do it online.
Yeah.
Come on. Unless we're going to a bookie, I don't know. Don't be doing that, you lot.
No.
Yeah, you see, Anthony. He's always hanging. He's always that one that when you get fed up with going through the till machine, right? And you get fed up with losing, that he comes out and gets the next win. You see.
Yeah.
Right? He's one of those hustlers, isn't he? He's, you know.
I am.
Yeah.
I have a piss bit at me. I walk into the bookies and put a bet on. I don't bet no more than £10. I'll go in the bookies. I'll spend £10 worth on bets and then straight out. I'm not a gambler. I could spend about 50, 60, £100 in the bookies. So that. No.
Never on Arsenal either, right?
No. I haven't betted. Do you know what? I haven't betted on Arsenal this season. I haven't bet on one game of Arsenal.
No wonder.
No.
No. I said to a gal, stop making fucking predictions.
Yeah. And this is the first time, in all fairness, this is the first time I betted on Chelsea this season. And they won, and their draw against Villa, they won me my bet. Up the Chelsea.
Yeah, gotta love them. But I'm just
You're going to try and do that video again, aren't you? It's not going to work, Stephen. It's not going to work. It might do.
It's another video.
Pause now. He has. Look, he's paused. Stephen, move if you like Arsenal.
So, Matt, he's doing a stream with Prime. We're giving Prime stick, and I think is Chelsea. Obviously, being a Chelsea fan, I think Charlotte. Are you on that one as well, or no?
No, I'm just blessing Prime. I'm not stupid enough to mug myself off and agree to something like this. Prime has agreed to this, which is going to be funny and purely entertaining for me. But I just have to bless him, and then it's just all Arsenal fans. So I'm going to be watching Prime get roasted and commenting and just being a dick in general. So
when are you doing?
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. His parody, he's just Arsenal fans. You can watch
Stephen's channel, and we can like every fan can watch it, but only Arsenal fans are allowed on to roast Prime, and Prime can't comment back either. He won't say anything for a full hour.
I didn't believe that. You've got to see tomorrow. Even if it's one thing, you've got to see something.
I know. So I'm looking forward to this. To be honest, it's going to be so good.
Up as a nun, I really do.
Pardon?
I wish Prime was dressing up as a nun or a father or something.
Oh my god, this would be amazing. That would literally be amazing.
It would be.
He could be the Pope. He could be the Pope because he's got to wear that silly hat.
That could. I think that could work. Yeah, I
The
like
silly
that.
hat is my entertainment. Like, I just think the hat would be really. It would annoy. The hat would annoy him, so it's even funnier.
So Stephen has vacated, and he's left on the stream as well.
I know. Thanks, Stephen.
Well done,
Right.
Stephen. Thanks for that. He actually, is he? What's going on here? What's happened? What's happened?
I have no idea.
He's gone and done a runner. Okay. Well, there he is.
He's back. He's
The
back.
internet's done a runner.
Funny, you froze for a minute. Smile, Stephen, if you support Arsenal, and you was just frozen.
Yeah, I don't know why my internet's died, so I'm having to hotspot off my phone.
Matt did say smile, but you look like you did a face like Dixon Mildred.
Like, raise your hand, and you were like, just
Oh, but yeah,
Adam's
Arsenal Brighton tomorrow. Give your predictions then.
I think Brighton are going to win 2-0.
Go on.
2-1 to Arsenal. I don't want it to happen. I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to be honest. Yeah.
Anthony. I know. All right, I'll go first then. I bet it will go 3-2, and they'll pull it back, and then we'll win.
Stephen, raise your hand if you support Arsenal. If you love Arsenal, raise your hand. Oh, come on, Stephen.
You just raised your hand, so you love Arsenal.
No, I don't. No, don't.
Yeah. You just raised your hand. Guys, just to let you know, Matt's just come out as an Arsenal fan because he just raised his hand when he said, so, Stephen, you've missed. Matt's an Arsenal fan. He's just come out as one. So he said, raise your hand. He said, raise your hand if you're an Arsenal fan. And then he went and raised his hand.
Oh,
and
look,
I have not.
I am gonna find that clip.
I'd find that clip, and can you screenshot it and just post it on Twitter, and I'll absolutely retweet it everywhere.
Well,
so
yeah,
fun.
if I can clip a video clip, then yeah, maybe.
I think it's perfect. Anyone to say that they're supporting Arsenal needs to be clipped.
I'm supporting Arsenal. Oh,
Matt, you've really done yourself
and
now.
guess what, Matt? You're now part of this chat that literally goes from literally vibes it like from the terrace to channels like ours. So that's literally like the whole community. You're now.
Yeah. We need to clip that. We need to clip that, and then I want it put into that group chat so everybody can see it. Everybody.
Do you know what I said about his face earlier? You're screwed.
Yeah, you really are. I am literally never going to let you live this down again, ever.
I can take it. I can do a lot of.
No, Matt, we're going to do it so much. By the end of this, you're going to be saying this.
When is it going to end, Robbie? I've had enough.
Robbie's though. When's he going to end, Stephen?
Like, if I get that clip, I'm just going to send it to you every day, so you wake up to it every day. Mentally scarring you.
So great, yeah. Worse, physically, mentally, everything. Just scarred.
And he's not even an Arsenal fan.
Look,
he's come out as an Arsenal fan. He's come out as an Arsenal fan.
What Pringles you got there, Anthony? You were shoving them down, mate. He was like that. He's not even hearing. He can't even hear us, can he?
I don't know.
He's on
Anthony. Laurie says 2-1 to Arsenal. I don't know why he's not come on here actually.
Do you know what? The only reason I think it's going to be 2-0 is because I think Welbeck's going to get a goal. I think Mopé might get a last minute, maybe 2-1 if you're lucky. But I think Mopé will get that last minute goal and it'll be over. And then you guys will have that kind of he's
Laurie,
done it
by the
again.
way, check my socials and get in contact with us because I'll send you a link for Prime's burial because you're a regular.
Yeah, definitely. We want Laurie on.
Or are those
anyone,
Peri.
Peri.
What? I've
Peri
never
Peri chicken.
Peri chicken flavored Pringle. Nice. Never
That's-
seen it in my life.
Well, I'll tell you what, that'll roast your mouth, a bit like how Matt will be roasted by the morning.
Oh God, I hope so.
Yeah, they're not too bad.
I don't care if it takes me all night. I will find it.
You'll give me more followers. Please do that, please.
I actually need this to happen. The trolling that is going to happen, like.
Honestly, though, I as much as I say like we'll go and win 3-2, my honest opinion will be a 1-0, and that could be to either side.
So you're on the
I'm literally on the fence with it, because beating Chelsea like that was brilliant, but one, I don't trust he will keep the same lineup, right? Because let's face it, some of those selections were forced, right? And yeah, it's like when Aubameyang comes back in the side and others come back in the side. What will you do? Will you play them? Will you leave them out because Smith Rowe and that have been performing so well? And past experience has shown to me is that he'll put them back in the side, and if he does, we're dead and buried.
Literally, like, but then you're kind of doing the same as Frank is that like you're making mistakes and not changing them. Like you need to make the mistakes and learn from them.
Well, that's the thing. Wenger never changed anything. That's why I couldn't stand him anymore. Right? So I don't get these same people that couldn't stand Wenger changing it, not changing it, not changing it, not changing it. Now all of a sudden can stand Arteta not changing it, not changing it, not changing it. Right? So you're quite happy to have a go at Wenger when he's quite stubborn in his ways. But then when Arteta's doing the same thing, you're not going to have a go at him. Right? That makes sense.
And I think if Brighton scores tomorrow, the goal scorer for Brighton would be Lewis Dunk, their centre back, because he always scores against Arsenal.
I think it'd be more pay, to be honest. That'll Welbeck.
Yeah, no, I think Welbeck will get the first goal, and then Arsenal might get a second, depending. And if they do get a second, Mopé will come in and get a final goal in like the 90th minute. He'll get a second goal, and it'll be 2-1, and it'll be game over.
Yeah.
Are you streaming it tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll be doing a watch along tomorrow, and then like his final burial.
Great, I'll be hopping on for that. I want to see your burial of Arsenal.
Well, yeah, you're the nun, so you've got to deliver the service.
No, I meant I want to watch the watch along first, so I can see you get the burial of.
I even dug up my old dad's army, my dad's army holy Bible. Right.
Beautiful. We have to have blessings, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Preparing for this. Yeah.
Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.
No. I don't know if people like. If you take offence, I'm sorry, but I remember like. Do you know Gran Torino?
The film.
Right?
Eastwood.
Yeah. Let us that he leans in front with spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch.
Martin Power say that as well. Testicles, what?
Yeah. I remember that.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
He's collie, isn't it? He's collie. Right. But then people go, "Oh, you can't say that." I was like, "This is Britain. We take the piss out of each other. Get over it." Right? It's a joke.
Literally.
Yeah, but quickly wrap these up. Look and feel like a dog's dinner.
You look and feel like a dog's dinner. That's the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, but then probably Matt's reaction. He's just been baited for to saying he's an Arsenal fan. Right?
I've got a question. Is Laurie talking about him or Matt?
I bloody hope he's talking about him.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, I might look like a dog thinner, but I don't feel like one. Like, let's get it straight. I feel quite cool. I'm on the chocolate. I eat chocolate, all right?
You're wearing purple and burgundy. That's
Trust
clashing.
me. Look, honestly, Matt, by one, I didn't know it was that cold in your house to wear a woolly hat. Right, two, right, right. Obviously, can't afford
Stephen, right?
yeah, and two,
If you-
right. Look, obviously, he's in tier 5 where you're not allowed electric heating. Right.
Look out the window. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's that bad at the moment. You know what I mean? You can't even fart in a space of air outside.
Oh my god! I have a question. If you take the hat off, does that release more COVID? Is that why you have to have the hat on all the time?
It will release my very huge ears, and you won't be able to see my face.
Oh, like Dumbo, like Dumbo.
Kind of, but worse. Yeah. Oh, knock this laptop over straight out the way if that happens. You know what I mean? These are tucked back 3 or 4 times. This is crazy.
Anyone, how much would you bet to get him to take it off?
Yeah, how much to take it off?
I haven't had that asked for me in a while.
Fuck's sake. Oh, dear Lord.
He's in Vegas.
Anthony hasn't heard that in years.
They were talking about an Arsenal shirt.
Oh God, I can't.
He probably does want to hear it as well.
No, I didn't hear it. What was it?
It said that we were betting like how much would it cost to get Matt to take his woolly out of. He said it's not the first time I've ever asked someone to how much it would cost to take something off, right? And I just so I said Anthony heard that in years. See, he's not lying. Oh, honestly. Yeah, I'll be going on forever if I keep going. So
yeah, let me go back to watching Django, please.
yeah. But anyway, thanks for coming on as usual. We're back tomorrow with the watch along, and yeah,
the burial of Prime.
And then after that is the burial of Prime by the regular Arsenal fans who come on this channel.
Is he dying? He's not dying.
No, we are
it's a
literally.
roast.
He said if Arsenal beat Chelsea, he would happily come on here for an hour and have the Arsenal fans that regularly come on this channel banter him for an hour straight. Right?
We're not late.
Word, he's doing it.
Okay.
I've got it all published. It's all ready. Right? Everyone can have the YouTube links on there. A load of people want to be in the comments, right? And then the Arsenal regular fans that come on here, can then
So
have
who's the regular fans then, Steve? It's going to be me, you,
any
TD.
fan that's come on here regularly as an Arsenal fan. So
Charlie,
Laurie, Charlie, me, Anthony, my
Laurie.
TD, right, and then Charlotte's also just going to be like sort of the non-referee, sort of.
I'm the
doing
referee
service.
now.
She's,
I'm
what
going to-
you're
I'm going
doing the
to-
service, the blessing,
Yeah.
whilst
Well,
drinking a bottle of wine, at the same time.
No, I'm going to be going to beer. I'm going to be going to beer tomorrow.
Sounds like a normal referee. Yeah. I'm game for it.
Yeah,
Literally.
but yeah, it should be cool at least. Right, at least then if we lose, right, we can then just have like an hour of banter session, and we have. The thing is, he can't use it against us afterwards, so it's a free hit.
Yeah.
This is going worldwide. This clip as well. When this happens tomorrow, this is going worldwide. I'll see it on the BBC News. I'm going to see Charlotte dressed as a nun, blessing Vladimir Prime.
We'll see Matt called an Arsenal supporter.
Oh dear, you want that more than this at the moment. I can't
I
believe it.
really do. I've never wanted this so much more.
It was an example, but I'll let you clip me. I'll let you clip me. You go right ahead. You go right ahead. Damn you.
Oi, it's your gob, not mine.
It's true, mate. It was. I put my hand up.
And I called you out for it.
Absolutely. You twisted me out of it. Like you're gonna make me look like Jeffrey Epstein, aren't you? I know what you're like.
Yeah, you are an Arsenal fan right now.
Next minute, he called himself Prince Andrew. He can't sweat. He's dying.
See what he do on Mr. Bean with it, Matt? And he blows for that kid he offers him, he blows it up. Mr. Bean goes, pop.
I won't. Oh no, yeah. I haven't. I need a crisp bag for that, really, don't I?
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for everyone that's tuned in as usual. All the comments, really appreciate it as always. And yeah, we will be seeing you tomorrow. And as me and Anthony would say, and the great wisdom of the voice of reason.
TV Claude, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked.
It's time to go!
Sorry. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll speak to you soon.